It's Subpoena Sunday! Hello, everybody. Welcome to Subpoena Sunday, Turnabout Succession, Day 2 Trial, Part 2. How is it going? I'm Cade. You can call me Ouija, though, and today we will be playing Turnabout Succession, Day 2 Trial, Part 2, and we're going to do a great job at it. Hi, pre-stream chatters. Hello to all of the VOD heads. I hope you're ready for some awesome Subpoena Sunday Apollo Justice Ace Attorney action, because that's what Subpoena Sunday is all about, and you're about to see that firsthand, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, though, we have a couple of drinks we need to take, so let's go ahead and take those drinks right now. I see we're talking about the Pokemans in the chat. I like the dinosaur one, and I don't really care about Not Litten or Donald Duck. I think they're fine, but I don't really care that much, personally. But the chili dinosaur is very awesome, and I like him a lot, and I will be picking that guy. Hi, Adriana, and also hi, Hacker. If I can call you Ouija today, what can I call you tomorrow? Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I will never forget to post in the Discord. Trust me, I have it all typed out. I got my little Twitter message, I got my little Discord message, and I'm all good. I got my volume on BlueStacks is turned down to an appropriate level, so it's not going to blow out your eardrums when I click on the yes button. It's going to be a great stream, I can tell. I need professional help. Thank you for 100 biddies saying, hi, Ouija. That's not my name. Well, it's kind of my name. And chat with a little hacker dance GIF emote, which is very cute, and I like it a lot. All right, we have to start taking the drinks right now. We're running out of time, everybody. Here we go. Cheers to the first drink of the night, but actually this time, 0 drinks have been taken today. It's very impressive. I know, I've gone a long time. Been playing that Elden Ring. Had to keep my senses sharp. Killed Godric, whatever his name is. He was very, very easy because I am using ranged spell abilities, so I don't even have to worry about taking damage. You can just cheese everything in the game, which is, I guess, a good thing. It's kind of the point. I'm using cleric spells, incantations, that's what they're called. That's right. It's fun. It's nice. I don't really want to do melee because everyone spasms around like they're Bloodborne enemies, and I mean, the thing about Bloodborne is that if you get hit, at least you can get a little bit of health back with the rally system, but that's not in this game, and everything just has infinite stamina, so they're just spamming out moves all the time, and you can only hit like once or twice per attack, and it's just really slow. I don't know. I have some issues with the game, but most of all, I just like it a lot, so let's all calm down about it, okay? And cheers! Oh yeah, doubling up on charity and law. Well, I would consider anyone watching my stream a charity at this point, so thank you for that. To all of you, you can write this off on your taxes, I appreciate that. And I gotta do a couple of more drinks, and then we can start playing the game properly. And also I need to tweet out that I am playing this game, which I will do right now. Boom, it's done. And I need to Discord post in my Discord that I'm playing this game right now. Boom, it's done. Both of the things have happened. Here we go again. Cheers. Room temperature Smirnoff with room temperature water. What a great combo right there. We do like that. Ouija, can you help me with my taxes? I can't. I never pay mine. I don't know how to do it. All right, let's do like 1 or 2 more drinks, and then we can hop in. I thought that we would just be going back to more investigating, but I see now that I was incorrect. And also people have told me that, no, there was more to that trial that we did last time, which I might have actually done had I known that, but I thought it was going to be more investigating today. Oops, what can you do? Jotaro, but taller. Thank you for the tier 1 sub, Subpoena Sunday. That's right, you got that right. With the capital S-U-B sub. Camerson, thank you for sub, tier 1, Subpoena Sunday. Woo! I agree, it's very nice. It's like one of the best days of the week if you ask me. Here we go, other drink down the hatch. That's just great. All right, let's do 1 more, and then I think we're gonna be in the sweet spot and we can win. Alrighty, Cade, have you heard of anything Pokemon related today? Yes, I saw there's 3 new guys and a whole new game. It's weird that we're calling it Gen 9 because Gen 8 was so recent. It was not even that long ago. It's weird to think about, but I don't know. It just seems very soon to be classified as a new generation, but I guess that's what it is, so what can you do? I need professional help. Thank you for 100 biddies saying, this will be you if you don't watch this Apollo Justice stream right now at twitch.tv/WeegeeTheGod. That is true. I'll come handcuff you and throw you into Slammer myself if I have to, if that's what it takes. So don't make me do it. You do not want that to happen, trust me. You think you would survive in jail, chat? You? Really? Think again. You gotta think again. I agree. The little fire dinosaur imposter is very cute. Well, I don't think he's an imposter, but I agree that he is very cute and I love him a lot. And the cat and the duck I don't really care for that much, but they're fine, I guess. I mean, one of them is just a cat, but green, and the other one is just a duck, but with the stupid hair. So, it's fine. I liked Litten more as a little kitty cat, but whatever. There are lots of little kitty cats in Pokemon, so it's not like a new thing by any stretch of the imagination. Don't get me wrong, I'm just saying. I think we're ready to game. I think it's time to turn off the music and play the video game. So let's go ahead and do that. Goodbye. Let me close out of these tabs. There we go. Jojo Zaldo, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Thank you. I appreciate that very much, Jojo Zaldo. And here we go. Yes. Okay, maybe it's actually a little too quiet. So adjusting. Now we're totally appropriate. What the fuck did you say about his hair? It's very dumb. I thought I said it clearly, but I might have stuttered. I do that a lot, so I understand the confusion. October 8th, 1:24 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby, number 6. Yes. Okay, so where exactly does this leave us, Apollo? I would love a refresher myself. It's been like a couple of days, Trucy. Well, the Drew My Sham, saying it correctly from now on all the time, who was killed wasn't Drew My Sham, the forger, basically. Huh? Well, then who was he? Well, he was actually... doing her nails. So, you really made those forgeries? Please talk to me, woman. I swear to God. How long can we draw this out? Yes, for father. I know it was wrong. Could you tell us how it happened? Please. My father was a painter. I loved painting ever since I was a child. One day, father saw it in me. He saw that I had the talent, the gift, the talent for making forgeries? How should I say it? It was not only paintings I made. Given the materials, I could make anything. Anything? That's pretty impressive right there, I will say. Happy. Father was so proud and I so happy. I can tell. Because of the emoticon that you drew. But in the end, I was making those. Is this a new song also? Have we heard this one before? It's very good. Forgeries. I've never had a good constitution nor personality. Oh, I'm so plain and stupid and sickly. It's just, I can't fucking do anything. I know very little of the world outside my door. Now, because of me, father is... Do you know about this red envelope? I remember that envelope. It was some time ago. So you were already You were already creating your works back then? I started when I was only 12 years old. So the one who figured out that the stamp was poisoned, that was... Mr. Justice, it's time to the courtroom, please. Really? Already? We were so close. We were so close to having an actually meaningful conversation with our client. God damn it. They can't keep getting away with it. Wait, Vera, just one more thing, please. Those 3 paintings in the studio. I painted those as part of my work. Yeah, but then why did you paint all of my cases underneath? What was the deal? Right, see, we checked them out and we saw what was underneath. We saw the rough sketches underneath the 3 finished paintings. This should have been question number 1. Why the hell is that the case? I see. Mr. Justice, yes. Evil Master Sean, thank you for the tier 1 11-month streak. Ooh, you're almost there. Wow. Yes. Father, he knew of you. Of both of you. Your late father? He was watching, gathering information, all about the Wright & Co. law offices. Okay, but why? But lately, we're not doing just law. Yes, you do tricks, gags to amuse, and play piano. Well, they're not really gags. Make me gag because how shitty they are. Yet when Father heard you had resumed the legal business... Yeah, happy! How pleased he was! He loved it. He was a big Ace Attorney fan back in the day, I tell you what. Who was Mr. Mysham? How am I supposed to know? What if he was Daddy's daddy? I doubt that. That would be a good twist right there. Judging from the relative ages involved, I'd say it's highly unlikely. Things are already confusing enough with all these daddies running around. There's so many daddies running all over the place. We know that the victim's daughter, Vera, was the forger. What does this mean for the case? I guess we're about to find out. So many daddies. Are there any other daddies I should know about before we continue? Step forward, please. Let's just get it all out in the open. October 8th, 1:36 p.m., District Court, Courtroom number 3. Give it up for Courtroom number 3, everybody. Here we go. Court is now back in session. Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off. Perhaps you could begin by telling us how it all worked? Thank you very much, Great Gazer, for the Tier 1 sub. Thank you. How did you set up this Drew Mysham forger persona? I'm shy. There's that stare again. She's drilling more holes into his head. I know it's hard for you, but hey, he's a handsome guy. What's hard? Whoa, hang on. Let's not talk about what's hard. Very well, miss, if you would. Did you really make those detestable forgeries? Perhaps you'd rather answer my question. Were you the one who painted that painting, the remarkably similar one? Yeah. She's in love. Happy, I painted it, yes. Father praised me quite highly for it. Thank you, Jojo Zaldo, for the Tier 1. Thank you, thank you. So, she was the one who made the forgeries. Yet, she did not wish to reveal the truth of their operation. So the victim was a stand-in, a decoy. To the world at large, he was the forger, not her. I've done a bad thing. I have, haven't I? Probably. Regardless, we need a little more information about, for instance, this! Ha! You have seen this before, Ja? I sure have. Yes, it was in the desk drawer. It was not yellow, by the way. Very well, you may proceed with your testimony. Tell us everything you know about this envelope. God, please do. For fuck's sake, I'm begging you. Give me something I can work with. Please. The red envelope. I created things and Father sold them. This envelope came after my first work. That was other than a painting. Father handled the deal, all of it. Yes, yes. Are you happy about that? No, your stamp about that, I see. I received the stamp that was in that envelope. It was after that job that we moved to the current studio. Okay, where's the contradiction there? There certainly was much of a great interest in your testimony. Not that the witness realizes it. Very well, please begin the cross-examination. Right, okay. I need more information about this forger. This Drew Mysham. If only I had more time to talk to my client before the case was going to court! I created things and Father sold them. Tell me about that. So, these things you were making, you mean paintings identical to other paintings, right? The closer they were, the happier Father was. Makes sense, that is like the point. I was happy too. Man, this is such a pointless art. You know what you have to do? You gotta grab a camera and just take a picture. Boom. A perfect recreation of the painting. Thank you. I'll be taking my hundreds of thousands of dollars now. What a hard job that is. Still, you're quite young now. When did you begin this work? My first painting sold when I was 12. Child labor, Your Honor. She had no idea what she was doing was illegal. She didn't know. Easy there, little attorney. You're not here to defend her for the crime of forgery. True. Please tell us more about this envelope. This envelope that very well may have killed your father. Well, it was the stamp, but yeah. Okay. This envelope came after my first work that was other than a painting. Okay. By other than a painting, you mean you'd only done paintings up to that point? Yeah. But Father had a realization. He noticed my talent extended to making things other than paintings. For instance, a letter someone had written. Oh my God. Ooh, Nelly, the can of worms has just been opened. What does it mean? What does it all mean? We will never know. God damn it. Oh, who? Okay. Or a fingerprint left upon a cup? Are you fucking kidding me? You can recreate fingerprints? What, like with a pen? How the fuck? How do you? You're gonna need a very fine pen. Maybe a quill, even. Okay. Or a signature on a document, a seal upon a letter. Dude, would you like to join Wright & Co. law offices, please? Can you please come work for me? That would be just so fucking helpful. None of this makes her sound very innocent at all. And the $100,000 promised in this letter was the start. The beginning of a new industry for Drew My Sham. A new industry? The creation of items to be used in criminal proceedings. Forging evidence, in other words. Dude, early Edgeworth would have had a field day with this girl. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, indeed. I'm not liking where this one's going. Father handled the deal, all of it, okay? The ultimate forger, indeed. So, you didn't know how the things you were making were being used? I'll take this as a no. I enjoy painting very much. Well, then draw a sad face, because I think I understand. The Fraulein has lived in an unusual little world. Can you tell us what happened to the papers that were in this envelope? Father signed them and sent them back, I believe. Did he follow the instructions? Send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp. This is a rather important matter. Give your answer some thought. Please, just tell me, dude. Draw a little happy face. No, she's still feeling stamp. I received the stamp that was in that envelope, okay? Yes? What do you mean, you received it? What exactly is that supposed to mean, Did I do something wrong? You didn't use that stamp because it was dangerous, correct? Deadly poison on the back! Poison! A moment, Air Forehead. What? You can't force an answer upon the witness. Now then, perhaps, you would tell me, Fraulein, why did you receive this stamp? Oh, he's so hot. Is something wrong? Stamp. It was stamp. Oh, you mean it was one of the commemorative stamps? It's a very nice stamp. Yes, I think it was. Why does she keep redrawing the stamp? You already drew the fucking stamp. You can just show the same picture. You don't have to draw it every single time. Yes, I think it was. So, you didn't know about the poison? Did ya? Sad face. I guess not. I'll take that as a no for sure this time. So the trap failed by chance, by mistake, thanks to this commemorative stamp. Quite the close call. That would explain why you would put it in a little frame. It was after that job that we moved to the current studio. Okay. You mean you moved to where the current Drew studio is? Yes, we saw very few people there. I began drawing picture books. This single job had tied them to the criminal underworld. I'd think Mr. Mysham wished to reduce their visibility in the world at large. When we had to meet someone for some reason, Father posed as the creator of the work. So that was the real essence of the artist, Drew My Sham. He was a sham. My mind is being blown right now. I can't believe it. They did it again. They tricked me. You did the work and he supplied the face. So? You really didn't know anything, did you? You had no idea how much danger you were in? No. What is this oh, that's like a crying face. I didn't even know what that was supposed to be for the longest time. Apparently not. Yeah, I don't think so. About this commemorative stamp. Could you tell us more about it? What was it? I'm not sure how this really matters, but it was poisoned. It was very pretty, and more than that, yes. It was a picture of people I liked at the time. What? This is something new. Well, wait a second. Isn't it right here? Oh, sorry, no. Just being able to check it would be way too convenient. Camerson, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to the one true ant. Thank you. Who's it gonna be? Who is on the God damn it. Does this man have an off switch? Can I please press it? Apparently, we've got some cross-examination yet ahead of us. I believe it. If you would be so kind as to continue your testimony, Fraulein. Okay. Just do it. You don't have to draw it, just do it. What do we got now, huh? Stamp. The stamp was a picture of my favorite magician, so I kept it. Oh, shit. That's the top hat. Max Galactica's coming back. Here, this is how we reintegrate him into the story. Magicians? I love mysterious things. I always have. Even though she fainted when she saw Mr. Hat, you're confusing mysterious with freaky. Father took me when I was very young. It was a great magic show. I loved it so much. See, isn't magic great? Fine, great, yeah, sure. No need to get all excited. But the magic troupe we saw disbanded soon after. It's gotta be Max Galactica, man. It has to be. I was quite sad, you can see by my picture. Did she just say what I think she said? Magic troupe? Now where have I heard that before? The red envelope came after she completed her first job? That makes it a letter from her client, whoever wanted a forgery made. Apollo! We're close, we just have to piece together the parts. A deadly weapon and a red envelope. Well, obviously it's gotta be a red envelope if it was a deadly weapon. That should have been the red flag right there. The red envelope, in fact. And the path it took to take Drew Mysham's life. I created things and Father sold them. Wait, are we just back to square one? I think we are, aren't we? This envelope came after my first work. That was other than a painting. Father handled the deal, all of it. I gotta draw a little face right now. I received the stamp that was in that envelope, right? It was a great fucking envelope of a magical troupe! Now, what type of magical troupe do we know about that's also tied closely to this case? I'm not so freaking sure, huh? Magic show ticket? I mean, this is it. It's gotta be one of these things relating to the Grammarys, you know? It was after the job that we moved to the current studio. Let me do a little flipping, a little bit of drawing of the stamp. The stamp was a picture of my favorite magician, so I kept it. The red envelope came after she completed her first job. That means whoever wanted a forgery made, yes. Apollo, yeah, I know, we're close. We got this, okay? Calm down, calm down. I created things and Father sold them. Well, it has to be one of these ones back here. I received the stamp that was in that envelope, right? It was after that job that we moved to the current studio. Okay. The stamp was a picture of my favorite magicians. I'm feeling sus about this one, and it has to be this one or this one, right? But which one? Document received from well, this is not relevant, but like these are the magicians. Or wait, can I show the profiles? I don't think I can go to the profiles. Because I would like to just present the profiles, but I don't think I can. Do you mean these magicians, perhaps? Magic show, Valent Grammary, huh? Valent Grammary on stage, Sunshine Coliseum, doors open at 10. $70. It better be the best magic show in the entire world for $70. Are you ready, Apollo? Ready for what? For what? For the troupe, Grammary, and Grand Magic Show. It's not like I'm getting up on stage or anything. What are you talking about, Apollo? You can't enjoy magic if you're not part of what's going on upstage. I'll lend you my spare costume if you need one. What? You mean I can't go in this? No. Doesn't get more straightforward than that. Is that really all there is? I mean, I guess I just present, but that's not really a contradiction. For premiere showing of a grand illusion to be formed by the magician Valent Grammary. Okay, but like, can I just say, is this the man that you were talking about? Or one of the men? Maybe. I got full health, it's not like it matters. Those magicians you liked, was it this bunch? Was it though, huh? She loves it. Apollo, they're not a bunch. I see. Still, I have to wonder, why include a commemorative stamp like that in a business letter? I don't know. Well, pretty stamps are always better and you can't beat troop grammarly. But the whole murder plan was a failure because of it. Ironic, don't you think? Prosecutor Gavin? He is sweating bullets. What's going on, big boy? What's wrong, Prosecutor Gavin? Grammarly. What's with Gavin? Might I ask just one question of this witness? I guess so. In your testimony just now, you stated this was your first work that was other than a painting. Well, what was the work? Please tell me, what exactly did you make? Why didn't we talk about this? This is something that we should have been asking immediately. You made something else? That seems important. What was it? That's all you need to say. But I guess, I'm not smart enough to do it, but he is. No! Answer the question! No! Eek! Leave her alone. We know she's stupid. You gotta just lay off a little bit. Prosecutor Gavin, you're usually not the one whose volume concerns me. Yes, it is unbecoming of me, I apologize, but I must know, please, Mr. Mysham, tell me. Miss Mysham, it was a book. A single page in a book. A book? Please be more specific. What book? It was a handwritten book, like a diary. Okay, what is going on right now? I have no idea. No, I don't know! What? Huh? Are we good? Do we need another recess? He's kind of freaking out right now, which is good for me. What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks like he just saw a ghost. Miss Mysham, this book. Was there a picture of a silk cat on the back cover? Yes or no? How did you know? What does this have to do with anything? Prosecutor Gavin, the defendant is answering all of your questions. Stop badgering her. He's told you nothing, has he? Your soiled, sullied mentor, nothing! Sullied, who? Are you referring to, that guy that I kind of know? Phoenix Wright, who else? Daddy? He never told you about the trial 7 years ago? No, we were saving it for this dramatic reveal, I suppose. About how he came to lose his attorney's badge. It was a certain piece of evidence that decided his fate, Oh shit, did he present falsified evidence and get kicked out? Is that what happened? A certain diary. On the back, it bore the mark of a silk hat. What? Phoenix Wright would never lie or present, misleading evidence. Ever. Ever. And how dare you suggest that? Phoenix Wright tossed out of the profession by false evidence? When has he ever done that before? Not a single time. And the forger who made that evidence is this bitch right in front of me? Vera, you must tell us the evidence you made was used in a trial 7 years ago. Who asked Drew Mysham, you, to forge that evidence? For all of our sakes, who was it? Who did it? I don't know. Who done it? Tell me now. We only met once. You met the client? Well, who was it? It was... I swear to God, I'm about to lose it. I'm about to blow a fucking gasket over here. What's going on with Vera? She's staring at Prosecutor Gavin's face again. Yes, what? Is there something about me? It was his brother, right? Obviously. Not his dad, because that's not who that character is, but I think we all know. I remember clearly. I remember who gave me the book, the diary. Who? Say the name. Oh, God, choke. Vera, oh no. And dead. And then she fainted. The devil. Thump. And there it is. Well, that's a drink. It's actually 2 drinks. It is not getting to finish the critical piece of information and also a fainting drink. Defendant Vera Mysham unconscious. Examiners diagnose acute poison. Whoa! She got poisoned by the poison? The poison? Did she just die? This ends the recording of the trial for the murder of Drew Mysham. Yeah, we got another murder on our hands now. Vera Mysham was, during the trial, poisoned by an unknown assailant. At the worst possible moment, if we had just literally 2 more words out of her mouth, everything would have been much better. It said unconscious. Well, it's the most virulent poison in the entire goddamn world. It only takes 0.002 milligrams to kill somebody. And she's like a weak, sickly little girl, so it's probably going to take a fewer milligrams than that. I'm just saying, she's going to die. The dosage was just under the lethal amount, sparing the defendant's life. Okay, never mind, it's fine. She is currently in intensive care and is not to be disturbed for any reason. A very simple case at first glance. Not really, it was pretty complicated and convoluted until it finally began to show its true colors. Red, not yellow. The long road to the truth takes us to the record of another trial. Yo! That's my guy! In some ways, that was the starting point of it all. Holy shit. Are we doing a flashback trial? The flashback trial is also a drink, too. I forget if I mentioned that, but please tell, I want to play as Phoenix again so badly, dude! Let me play as Phoenix? The much cooler Ace Attorney, by the way. Dude, this music hits. It hits so hard. After all this time, oh, I love it. Does that mean I get to see Edgeworth again? Well, no. Who's going to be the prosecutor even? I don't know. Do I get to see Dick? Ooh, I hope I get to see Dick. When Dick shows up, which he totally will, I'm definitely taking a drink for that one. Probably Godot? I don't think you saw the ending to the 3rd game. I'm not so sure, but let's just say I doubt it's Godot. Not to spoil anything, but I don't think he's gonna be here in court with us today. Okay, I gotta, that was 1 drink for the fainting, and then 1 drink. It's not confirmed yet. We might just be continuing and we're just getting a flashback. I hope we get to do it. I just want to see Dick Sprite. If I can just see Dick Sprite in the game, I'm gonna be totally happy. That's good enough for me. I just want 1 pal. Just 1. Just 1. In some ways, that was the starting point of it all. God, look at this dude. And that is where we must go. To the beginning. Oh, it's a baby! Not to be confused with the other baby. This is my baby. Big Alibaba. I can read. Thank you for the Prime. Hey, Kate, 11037. Am I right? You got that right. To find the whole truth. Okay, baby. I will protect you. To be continued. Wait, are we done? Okay, now is the time to investigate. 7 years ago, trial, part 1. Well, that don't look like no investigation to me. It is a flashback trial. Ooh, those are just the best. Let's do it. I'll overwrite that save. There's really no reason not to. Episode 4, Turnabout Succession. Things are going crazy. Showdown time. Cards yet again. Yes, I lost. It's only a game of poker. A game I've played for a long time. And only lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed, of course. Hee 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 ha. By God. Well, it seems I found the partner I've been looking for all along. Over a game of cards? Why, yes, over a game of cards. Okay, the little chips are worth more, I remember that. That was how we first met, says Phoenix, 7 years ago. 7 years earlier, Phoenix writes, final trial. God damn, it's getting heated now. Where's Maya? Maya's like sitting under a waterfall right now, which is sad because that means she's probably not going to be here, but I really want her to be here because I really like that girl. April 19th, 9:27 a.m., District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Whew, okay, it's been a long time since I felt like such a rookie. You don't say. What a coincidence, man. I feel like I'm fresh off the boat. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing over here. What do we got? I'm a lawyer. That's good. Type photograph received during the preliminary hearing. Body found in hospital room. Shot in the forehead. Ouch. Touch the check button for more details. Okay. He's shot straight in the forehead. He's got a big-ass hole in his skull. We're just gonna go top left to bottom right, okay? So the clown over here, that's Mo. Mo has been transformed into a little, like, valuable, marketable plush, and he was also shot in the face. And he was also shot in the face, so that's gonna be something important. No way it's not. He's hooked up to the ecto cooler over here. Actually, he's not hooked up to the ecto cooler. It's just not even in his arm right now. Why is it even there then? He's got the 2 nodes on his chest. That's important. He was writing a little something. But there's a page torn out of the book! And also he has a, like, flintlock pistol. I don't think those are allowed in a hospital. I don't think so. His hand's covered, so that's definitely going to be important. Or the other one, for that matter. There's a syringe that's all emptied out, and a little kit of... I have no idea what that's supposed to be. Okay, image analyzed. Wait a sec. Well, I also have to note that he's wearing a little spade cap over here, which means he likes cards, because that's why he wears it. And he's got a cool beard, too. And now that's all there is to see. What else? Type report received during the preliminary hearing. Victim's name, Magnifi Grammary. Isn't that the guy? Isn't that, like, the important guy? Estimated time of death, April 13th, 11 to 11:30 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood from bullet wound. Well, I would imagine scrambled brains would be more accurate, but yeah, I guess so. Remarks. Malignant tumor confirmed in victim's liver. Okay, well, that's not very good. Let me see my guys. We only got these 2 guys. We got Magnifi Grammary, age 67, an old-ass man. The victim in this case died after being shot in the head while in the hospital. Wait, he got shot in the head while in the hospital? I thought he got shot in the head, and, well, then why would you... I don't think you take someone to the hospital and put him up to, like, you know, the chest things and an IV drip, which he wasn't even on, but why take him to the... So he got shot in the head while in the hospital, probably for the whole, you know, tumor thing, but okay. And Shady Enigmar? Who the hell is Shady Enigmar? What is that supposed to mean? My client in this case usually goes by his stage name, Zach Grammary. Okay, so that's the true daddy, but his real name is Shady. What a shady individual. Gotta try them and relax. Also, I need to take the drink for the flashback drink. Good morning, Mr. Enigmar. How's it going? I'm pouring the drink right now, and then I will drink that drink. So cheers. Look at badge description, look at badge description, look at badge description, look at badge description. I'm a lawyer. It's not the description, I know, but I still want to analyze it first. Look at those numbers. Look at those beautiful numbers. Each attorney's badge has a number engraved on the back. No 2 numbers are the same, so if you drop it, people will know it was you. Better make sure I don't lose mine. Ooh, now that's foreshadowing. Each attorney's badge has a number engraved on the back. Oh, I was trying to look at, like, the top, but that's fine. Okay. It's my all-important badge. It shows that I am a defense attorney. Yes. Yes. For now. Good morning, Mr. Enigmar. I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly. I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I'm prepared. When has that ever stopped us before? We're gonna be just fine. I understand I am asking the impossible of you. Well, I do that every day. It's just what I do as the ace attorney, so I'm okay. Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards. And that was enough. Actually, it wasn't. Trust me. It's Baby! Why is she red in this one? Oh, morning, Daddy! I'm so glad you came! You okay, Daddy? They picking on you? I am fine, as always. This old boy is here to help me, after all. That's young man to you. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on. Thank you. My first show's today, after all. Oh, I'm sure it is. What the heck is she talking about? I have no clue. Oh, old boy. Who, me? Look what he started. Here. Okay. It seems fate's clock will make me wait a little longer. At least only less than 10 swift minutes remain. To all those who have supported me in my life's work, I give thanks. Farewell, Magnifi Grammary. Well, that's fucking ominous. What is that supposed to mean? What's this? I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They said it was really important. Well, who? What's this? A memo for you or some such? Not from the looks of it. What is this? Looks like a page from someone's diary. That was the thing that the girl wrote! I know it! I'll give it a read later. Well, I'll give it a read when I was handed it and I read it, but you know. Well, how do you feel about the trial today? We'll get through it somehow. Incidentally, the prosecutor today is a new guy, I hear. Ah, an easy win then, yes? They're calling him a true thoroughbred in the history of the prosecutor's office. No offense, that's an impressive title and all that, but I've taken down dudes with way more impressive titles, so I am none concerned. I mean, I'm entirely concerned because I know I'm fucked, because it's a flashback, and we already know how this goes, but still. Of course, there's one of those every year, so who cares? The switching of attorneys just before the trial. I know it is a difficult situation I put you in, but allow me to say one thing, Mr. Wright. Yeah? They will not be able to pronounce me guilty today. So do your best, but do not worry. First time a defendant's ever given me a pep speech. I'll do what I can. I see you do not understand. You see, it will be impossible for them to declare a verdict. Impossible? Yes! Isn't that right, Trucy? Yep, you bet, Daddy. My first look at the case was only yesterday, and the information I was given was a tad bit lacking, to be honest. Yeah, I have like 4 things in my portfolio. What do I do? Still, I'll do what I can for their sake. I believe the curtains will be lifting any time now. I am in your capable hands, Mr. Wright. Okay. My client is Shady Enigmar, known to the world as Zach Gramarye, a wildly popular magician, star of Troupe Gramarye. His mentor, Magnifique Gramarye, was a rare breed of magician. He single-handedly ushered in a golden age of stage magic until he was shot in the head. That's pretty bad. That'll stop it. And Zach Gramarye is the suspect, which is not good. I miss Maya. I want Maya back. Give me Maya! Wow, look how yellow the court is. Look how young he looks. Wow, that's crazy. Court is now in session for the trial of Shady Enigmar. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Who the hell is this devil? Is the prosecution ready? I was just thinking, is this what all the fuss is about? Bit of a buzzkill, really. Buzzkill? Is this some new kind of crime? One of the worst. This is a trial, Ja. Where are the sweaty palms, the pounding hearts? A Gavineer's concert's got 10 times the thrill this gig's got. Who were you again? Clavier Gavin. I came to get the party started legally, Ja. Gavin, defense attorney Christoph Gavins. Ah, figures my bro's more famous in this part of town. Clavier Gavin, lead singer for the mega hit band The Gavineers. You're out of your league, rock boy. I know what you're thinking. You're out of your league, rock boy. Holy! How did he do it? True, my debut single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love, went platinum overnight, no big deal. But that's just a hobby to me compared to this, Ja. Talkative, aren't ya? I like your affected Euro-rock accent, by the way. I'm just getting warmed up, Air Attorney Wright. Perhaps you would be so kind as to fill us in on our case. Achtung, baby! Time to call on the opening act. What was his name again? Ah, yes, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Hit it! Take it away, Dick! Where is he? Oh my God! There he is! And you are... Hey, you are the one who called me up here, sir. Name's Dick Gumshoe. I'm a homicide detective down at the precinct. Detective Gumshoe, long time no see. I can't believe it. Hey, you! Huh? Me? Today's the day, pal. Today I win and you lose. I thought we were on the same team, man. Come on. I got confidence in my testimony today, see? What, you normally lack confidence in your testimony? Did he ever end up fucking that Maggie Bird girl? Oh, I hope he did. He deserves it. He's a good guy. He's one of the good ones. All right. Well, we're definitely going to go ahead and take a drink for this one right now. Big cheers for that. I would have saved my 100 gifted subs for this. Well, it's not too late, you know, you can just do it again. That's all I'm saying. Cheers for Dick Gumshoe. Legend here in the court world. Absolutely love him. No one loves Dick more than I do. So you all sit back and relax. I got this. I'm the most excited person here. I gotta fill up my Baby Yoda cup, so allow me to do that real quick. And then we'll see what Dick has to say. Just like the good old times. But I'll do it alone, with no magic girls by my side. Which is probably why I'm going to end up losing this case, but, you know, what can you do? Air Detective, this is my stage. Can the antics. Huh? All this hey-youing and such, and I could care less about your history together. Irk! It's an irk moment. Very well, Detective Gumshoe, if you would. Please tell us about the case at hand. It happened Oh, the music, dude. It's hitting again. It happened 6 days back in a room at the General Hospital. Yes, shot in head. Now he dead. The facts are as simple as they come. Here's the crime scene. The victim was a patient asleep in a hospital bed. The killer comes in, put a pistol to his forehead, and bam, lights out. I feel like it would be way messier than this, and his head would be just a little bit more exploded all over the place, and there would be a little bit more brain matter here and there, but what can you do?
It donated $3.
Thanks, Dick. Thank you, Dick. The killer comes in, puts a pistol to the forehead. Yeah, lights out. He died. Them's the facts. Not so long ago, the victim Magnifi Gramarye was a famous man. How does he do that, dude? He even has the turtle doing the handstand, the headstand. That's not even a turtle's hand, it's his head. That's crazy. He had the entire country under his magical spell, as it were. Ah, yes, the great magician. He retired years ago, though. Say the name Magnifi to one of my generation, and you'd be lucky to get a blank stare. Yes, though I'm sure the youngsters today know his disciples even better. I dare say Troop Gramarye has made quite the name for themselves. Anyhow, the retired Magnifi's been in a hospital for the last year. What was it? A ignorant tutor or something. Doing something to his liver, I think. Yeah. A malignant tumor, perhaps? In other words, he had liver cancer. He only had 3 months left to live, in fact. Magnifi's chart added to the court record. Well, that's no good. Let me go ahead and take a little peek at that one. Let's see what we got here. Document submitted as evidence. Gavin, diagnosed with a malignant tumor, given 3 months. Touch the check for more details. Magnifi Gramarye, 67, male. Malignant tumor in liver has progressed to final stage with no hope of recovery. Patient has 3 months to live. Patient has chronic diabetes, requires regular insulin. Okay. Well then wait a second, that's his little diabetes insulin pack then, right? That would explain the syringe and all that. But then why is, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? The facts do seem simple enough, but something's not right. The victim was already climbing a 3-month stairway to heaven. Why not wait for him to knock on heaven's door? Why shoot him? Now that's a reference. That's just great. Cheers for that one. Absolutely. Because it's a song, guys, and he's the rock and roll prosecutor. So you might not understand it, but I get it, and I think it's awesome. So I'll take a drink for that one, and cheers. But that's a good question, though. Why shoot the guy? I wouldn't have put it quite so lyrically, but it's true. Why make the effort to commit murder when the victim was about to die? Incidentally, the victim had a serious case of diabetes. In fact, he was about to shoot up with insulin when he was shot with a pistol. The syringe was found at the crime scene. Chronic diabetes and cancer. As much as it pains me to say it, the victim was clearly at the end of his life. Well, yeah, we know that. I think the more serious issue than the diabetes was probably the final stage liver cancer that was going to kill him in 3 months, but, you know, all the same, not good. I believe the question before us is clear then. Why did the killer have to shoot this dying man? What reason could he have had? Very well, detective. Perhaps you can enlighten us to the circumstances of the shooting. Yes, sir! Let's hear it, Dick. The circumstances. Here we go. Actually, the victim kinda ordered the defendant to do him in. A few days before it happened, the victim sent him a letter ordering his own murder. That's kinda weird. The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead. The bullet was fired from the pistol of, the bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene. No doubt about it. That does make sense. But then why would you leave the weapon? What do the prints say? Can we get some forensic analysis up in this piece? Hello, Emma, anywhere? And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir. Okay. What? You're saying the victim ordered his own shooting? Those are the facts. I have here the letter in question. Oh boy. To my beloved student, Zach, to you I entrust the task of something. Do your silly little tasks. I entrust you the task of doing the water wheels, bottom left. Good luck. Don't die. Very unusual indeed, although, could such a thing as a letter really cause one to pull a trigger, I wonder? I believe the answer to that question can be found at the end of the letter. Well, I didn't have time to read it. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Well, can I know the reason why? What's going on here? To you, I entrust the task of lowering my life's curtain. Come on the 13th, 11:05 p.m., I will ready a gun with which you will shoot one shot square in the forehead. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Magnifique gramarye. So this was the forgery then, right? That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. But why? Detective Gumshoe, can you explain this to the court? Unfortunately, even the defendant won't say a peep about that bit, sir. One thing bothers me about this. Why didn't he just say 11? Why have him come at 11:05 without some specific reason? The devil is in the details, Air Attorney. Well, was there some reason? As it turns out, there was. Every night for a half hour starting at 11, the victim, Magnifique gramarye, was given an IV. An IV? Are you sure? It's not in his body right now. There it is in the picture off to the side of the bed. At 11, a doctor would come to set up the IV. 30 minutes later, he would come back for the empty bag. This happened every night without fail. So, that was the only time they could meet without the chance of an untimely interruption. During his IV. Very well, shall we begin? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you would. What's this reason he couldn't refuse, I wonder? He could have at least mentioned it to me. Yeah, that sure would be nice, wouldn't it? If our client told us anything. Ever. Okay. Actually, the victim kind of ordered the defendant to do him in. But for why? Slam! Just because he got the letter doesn't mean he went through with it. Oh, I disagree. The victim was indeed shot in the forehead after all, just as he had commanded. It could be a setup. But let's not be in such a hurry. Maybe we should let the witness talk for a change. Thanks, pal. You're welcome, pal. Fine, I can play it slow as well as I can play it fast. On with the testimony, Dick. A few days before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own murder. That's kind of weird. And this letter was sent by the victim? There it is! Gotcha! You're all mine this time, pal! What? I had the handwriting checked out, of course. It's the victim's, no mistake. Ah, I see. Ha 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 ha! Score one for the boys! I didn't lose, I was just ascertaining the facts. So why am I so annoyed? But a letter ordering your own... Fuck, I gotta drink some water. My throat's very dry, excuse me. Shout out to the boys, though. Oh, much better. Things aren't what they used to be, I guess. I'm not sure this exactly if this is exactly commonplace even now, Your Honor. So anyway, guess I'll keep going while I'm ahead. Go ahead, go ahead. The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead. Aight. Slam. How can you be so sure? Hey, you gotta learn to stop relying on people to do your thinking for you, pal. Learn to think for yourself. Get that noggin cranking. You fail to grasp the concept of questioning, detective. First, we got this letter. It says, shoot in the forehead, loud and clear. I can see that, but I still wouldn't do it. Well, maybe you need to grow yourself a backbone and murder a guy, pal. Grow up and murder a man, pal. You fail to grasp the concept of shooting people is bad, detective. We also found the defendant's pistol at the scene. Traces of gunpowder residue shows that it had been fired recently. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, what? As far as I can tell from looking at this photo, there seems to be no issue with the prosecution's claim. Well, where's the blood, is the question. The photo. Maybe there's something I can, in there I can use. So they're saying the defendant shot the victim in the forehead. I think there's a hole in the prosecutor's argument. Clearly, Mr. Enigmar, I have no clue, didn't pull the trigger, shot something else. Well, there is that whole question of what's the clown doing with the hole in his head, too. Was that supposed to be like a muffled shot? Because why not just use the pillow in that case? That's what I'd do. Clearly, Mr. Enigmar, I have no clue. We gotta bring up this clown. This clown has something weird about it. Looking at this photo, another possibility occurs to me. Yes? What does the letter tell us? That the defendant had a reason he couldn't refuse his teacher's wishes. Bingo, pal! That's why the defendant popped him one in the forehead. No, no, no. Oh, the defense disagrees. You see, the defendant had another choice he could make. What? What? And you can prove that with this photo? Nope, I sure can't, but I can try. I can prove he had a choice, yeah. The defendant might have fired like he was ordered, but he didn't shoot the victim's forehead. Well, let's hear what you're saying then. If he didn't shoot the victim's forehead, what did the defendant shoot? This thing? But then why also is he? I don't know. This one. How many gunshots are going off in this hospital room without people rushing in to be like, what the fuck is going on? The clown doll? Take a closer look. See? It's been shot in the forehead too. Ah, there's a hole in its forehead. Yes. Yes. And a hole in the prosecution's claim. Boom! That's sassy Phoenix drink right there. That's a good one. That's that classic Phoenix Wright sass that we just don't get from Apollo. That loser. That clown. Not to be confused with the other clown that we're talking about right now, but you know what I'm talking about. Let me take this drink real quick for the sass. God, I miss Phoenix. Nothing against Apollo. He's got some colossal shoes to fill, some clown-sized shoe to fill. So, we can't be mad at him for doing his best, but like, no one's ever gonna be as good as my boy, Phoenix Wright. We all know that. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. Apollo especially knows it. Ha! And I suppose you have a reason as to why he'd shoot the clown doll. Certainly don't. He didn't just shoot the doll, he shot the doll's forehead. His forehead? Ah! Let's read the orders once more, shall we? You will shoot one shot square in the forehead. Which is exactly what he did. He shot the clown doll square in the forehead. I suppose that's true. The defense has raised an intriguing possibility. That hole in the clown's forehead, it definitely looks like it was shot. Bailiff, send someone to investigate this matter. I'll do it. Can we have more time, please? I admit I'm impressed, but I expected nothing less. Still, this doesn't mean he didn't shoot the victim. Okay. Perhaps he did have to shoot a forehead as ordered, but the letter says nothing about whose forehead. This was the only way he had to follow his orders without taking a life. The bullet hole in the clown doll's forehead does demand an explanation. It might very well be a clue, yet Prosecutor Gavin is right. It alone does not prove the defendant's innocence. You cannot say for sure the defendant didn't shoot the victim. So sorry, Mr. Wright. How sad it is to see the almighty fall. How sad is it? How sad it is to see the novice's overconfidence. You bitch. He doesn't realize just how big this little hole is going to get. Detective Gumshoe, please take this newfound fact into account and continue the testimony, please. So what if he shot the clown? He still shot the victim, pal. Are we sure about that? How do you know? So, let me get this straight. You're saying my client first shot the clown, then shot the victim? Hey, not a bad summary, pal. More of a confirmation than a summary, but whatever. That was really more of a confirmation than a summary, but our defense attorney seems pleased enough with this with himself. Do these people ever miss a chance to mock me? Screenshot this one because this is me every time I stream on twitch.tv/WeegeeTheGod. For sure. He's just like me, for real, for real, for real. Well, now that Mr. Wright's gotten that out of his system, shall we continue with the testimony? I didn't have time to gather all the details before coming in here. Of course not. This testimony might be my only source of information. Better pay attention and read this letter carefully. Read this letter carefully, you son of a bitch. I will. Actually, the victim first of all, read it carefully. Where is it? No, that's the save. I don't even want to save right now. I don't care about that. Just show me the letter. It's the this letter. Check the this letter. To my beloved student Zach, to you I entrust the task of lowering my life's curtains. Well, that kind of implies shoot me. But what can you do? And also, it's signed by the guy, so that's not very good. Come on the 13th, 11:05 p.m. I will ready a gun with which you will shoot one shot, square in the forehead. Oh, it's one shot. Yeah, that's gotta be it. I just, boom, the brain blast right there. How are you gonna shoot 2 times if the letter specifically instructs shoot one shot, square in the forehead? You cannot refuse. And we both know the reason why. Because I wrote it. Because I wrote it in the thing. The bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene, no doubt about it. Wait. Oh, what? Did I not press this one? I swear I pressed this one. You mean this pistol, the one in the crime scene photo? That's the one! It's a funny-looking gun, so there's no mistaking it. We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with a bullet fired from this gun. The rifling marks on the bullets were a perfect match. So, you verified the murder weapon, in other words. You bet we did! Wait, so how many shots were fired? And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir. Okay. Okay. Why are you so certain? What pile of sand has your head been stuck in all this time, pal? You never heard of Zach and Valent's quick draw shoot 'em? Huh? What? One of the defendant's specialties. Look at them. Zach and Valent stood on either side of a girl, then they shot. But the bullets don't hit her. Instead, they hit everything else on stage. This was one of the pistols they used in their show. Got a great design, huh? The kids love it. It is pretty cool. I do like it. He got so many headshots. That's because he's got the golden camo. Many boys and girls joined the police because of this pistol, I hear. Really? You know, that would explain a lot about the police force. Ooh, scathing commentary from Mr. Phoenix over here. It sure would explain a lot about the police force. I'll take a drink for that one. Definitely, definitely. I did not expect that one. I mean, Phoenix has kind of always hated the cops, so it's no surprise, but damn. Like, really twisting the knife right there. Cheers. Okay. Troop Grammary stopped doing that act a while ago. The old man held on to that pistol ever since. The court would like to see the pistol in question. Let's see it. You got it, sir. Here she is. Well, this truly is a blast from the past. It's a stage pistol for magic shows, see? But it can fire real bullets. It looks so much bigger in real life than on TV. Yeah, but it can only hold 1 round. By the way, the pistol's firing chamber is empty, and it shows traces of having been fired recently. Well, we went over that. So, were any fingerprints found on the gun? Unfortunately, no. Of course, the defendant is known for wearing gloves. We might say that a lack of fingerprints is, in fact, a fingerprint of its own. I don't know if I go that far. Aha! Intriguing point, well made. Whoa, 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 not well made, not intriguing. In any case, the court accepts this evidence. Stage pistol added to the court record. My grandchild would get a kick out of seeing this. But now it's time to return to our testimony. So what if he shot the clown? He still shot the victim, Pat. Wait, can I take a gander one more time? No! This is not what I wanted to do! I was just trying to examine it! God damn it, why did I do that? The trickiest cases often seem the simplest. Prosecutor Gavin, you missed the bullet hole in the clown's forehead. If you hadn't missed that, you might have Did I get it right? Did I actually just get that right? I still just want to check the evidence really quickly. Allow me to examine. Let me just make sure what's going on in this pistol. I don't know what we're talking about right now. Wait, what is this? Examine. Look at those nice engravings. If you look closely, you can see how the pistol's made to bend here. It's a one-shot only model, and I guess this bend is where you load it. So, this is the famous Gramarye golden gun. They say kids used to love pretending they had one of these. I wonder if they pretended to miss their targets too. If you hadn't missed that, you might have come to a very different conclusion. Understand? Yeah, but like I just said, pal, after he shot the clown in the forehead, he went and... Holy shit, I did just... Because one shot, one bullet, did nothing of the sort to the victim. The pistol proves he could not. The murder weapon, how? It's quite simple, Your Honor. This pistol only holds one bullet at a time. Ah! How the fuck did this... Oh, that's definitely deserving of a drink. I'll do it when the music kicks in and I feel like a badass for getting this totally right. If he had shot the clown in the forehead, ... He couldn't have shot the victim too! Because of the one bullet! I thought the music was going to be a little bit more epic than this, but we will take it. That is fine. Well, I mean, this is pretty much what I wanted to say anyway, so... I can't say that I'm unhappy with this outcome. We did it. We won. We did a good job. Man, that is insane. He couldn't have shot the victims too. Yarg! That's not a contradiction, not even close. All he had to do was reload the pistol after the first shot. No. Oh, where did he get the extra bullet? They're not so easy to come by, you know. If you claim the defendant had one ready, then prove to us how he got it. I had a feeling this wasn't over yet. No, this party's just getting started, and I haven't proven anything yet beyond my good looks and startling record sales. And utter lack of humility. What's this? It seems that the prosecution has another witness prepared. Like I said, Air Detective, it was just the warm-up act. That is always the case. Now that the audience has gotten a taste of what's to come, they're ready. Ready for my decisive witness, of course. A witness who, you will find, can prove one thing for us. That it was Zach Gramarye who shot the victim in the forehead. Okay, very well. We will pause for a 15-minute recess. This might be my lucky break. I'll need that 15 minutes to talk to my client. Zach. Court is adjourned. To be continued, but again. There's a lot of to be continueds in this one. Jesus Christ. This is the longest trial I think I've ever done. What is going on? And we're doing more too? Here we go. April 19th, 11:21 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. I have to say, I expected nothing less. We've only just begun. There's still so much left, I guess we have to do. I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what happened, actually. I did not think you would believe me if I told you I am your fucking lawyer! You have to talk to me! That's the deal! Better that you discover the truth for yourself. Oh my god, I will kill this man in the forehead with a gun. I was thinking of you, you know. I think we need less thinking and more talking. That night in the hospital, what really happened? Ah, the way your eyes gleam, Mr. Wright. You'll scare Trucy. Speaking of which, where is my future daughter? You have seen the problem yourself, the letter. The one shot in the forehead. One, right? Yeah, why did you not fucking tell me? Yes, and the reason he speaks of, I could not deny my mentor's wishes, even if it meant my own death. Why? This is something I will not say for now, at least. Deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths. We're okay. Everything's fine. It's something I shall withhold from you. I know that my life is on the line for murder, but, you know, what if we just made it interesting by not even bringing it up at all? Haha, what a troll that would be. Holy moly. I hate you, Kyoko. I fucking hate you, girl. Cheers. Is that why you wear the gloves too? Are your hands also bacon? I understand. I'd hide them too. I get it. In fact, you know, it's a level 1 mad drink because I'm sick and tired of this shit. Just tell me, dude. Can you please just talk to me? Even a little bit? I'm so sick of it at this point. I know that whatever he would have to say would ruin whatever we're about to talk about, but then is that not just kind of indicative of lazy writing? Then just write it better. Have him tell me something, and then have the prosecution come up with something that counters it, and then I will come up with a solution proving what we just learned. Right? Am I the crazy one here? Probably. I don't know what I'm talking about. What's this for now business? Oh, we can only reveal... And what the real salt in the wound is that he will disclose it at a later point in time, just not right now, only when it's funniest. I can only talk about this when you've struggled and clawed your way through this next prosecution gambit for as long as you can, and then you're out of ideas yet again, and then we'll say, ha ha ha, well that sure was entertaining to watch. Anyway, here's what really happened. Here's some more ammo you can actually go in with to prove my innocence. Holy moly, send them to jail just for being assholes, please. I have done many things in my life, some poorly, some well, some poorly. But this is a cross we must bear alone to our graves. We? Who? Trucy. Did Trucy do it? Did Trucy shoot in forehead? You wanted to know about the night of the incident? Oh! Yeah, I do. Finally, this guy sure likes to take his time getting to the important stuff. Now, here's the kicker. So this dude goes missing. This is Trucy's papa, right? We understand that. I don't know how this all ties... I mean, obviously this ties into me adopting Trucy. That's a pretty important detail that needs to be taken into account. Did Trucy somehow play some instrumental role in this case right here, and he is trying to take the fall to protect his daughter? I don't know. That's my best guess right now as to why he's being such a dickhead about everything. Trucy is like the linchpin in this whole operation. That's all I know. It has to be. There's no way it's not the case. Finally, this guy, yeah, sure does. Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his bedroom that night at the appointed time, 11:05, if you remember, and found there upon his bedside two of them? 2 pistols by the bedside? Why? Why 2? 2 of them? Yes. The one I had used on stage, and the one that had been used by my partner, Valent. Oh, for the Zack and Valent quick draw thing? Okay. It's kind of weird. My mentor had the look of one sleeping. I stood by his bedside, hearing only the light sound of his breathing. This song's also really good. Is this the first time we've heard this song? I think it is. And also, I poured this drink and then I never took that drink, so I gotta take this drink real quick. Excuse me while I do that, and cheers. Yep. Ace Attorney still be do having good music and shit, believe it or not. I stood by his bedside, hearing only the light sound of his breathing. Then I took the pistol into my hand. I cannot deny that my resolve flattered then. For a moment. You flattered? You mean you thought about shooting him? Recall there was a reason I could not refuse his request. Yeah, I know. That's what, like, it's so helpful. Please tell me why. His last such request, though not his first, So there were other requests you couldn't refuse before? To be honest, I've not always been steadfast, and I fear I've brought pain upon Trucy. Was Magnifi coercing his disciples somehow? Was he actually the Omega asshole in this entire case? Is he actually alive, and he fabricated his death because he's one of the world's greatest magicians of all time? I cast Illusion of Liver Cancer, level 5, on myself. That'll get me out of this. And then he escaped the country somehow or something like that. Just what was going on in Troop Gramarye? Probably nothing good. Yet, in the end, I did not shoot him. Instead, I turned and shot the clown. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket. In your pocket? I believed if you examine the bullet in the clown's head, you will find it to be different than the one in my mentor. I mean, that's also something that I was wondering about, because, like, this is a little hole, and this is a much bigger hole. But does that mean that this was pressed to the forehead, and this one wasn't pressed to the forehead? Is it just a different caliber of gun? I don't know. It's impossible to say. I don't know. What were those called? Rifling marks. Yes, well, that is all I have to tell you concerning the case. Concerning the case? You mean there's something else you can tell me? Let me say it again for emphasis. You mean there's something else you can tell me? You are a fascinating man, Mr. Wright. Thanks. Yes, there is something. My mentor, his eyes opened. Wait, what? Magnifi Gramarye? The old devil, he was not asleep, you see. This is foreshadowing, so, like, the girl, the daughter, the blue hair one who draws the smiley faces also said devil, and now he's also calling him the devil, so it's actually, he's the Omega bad guy. Mr. Magnifi Gramarye, this dude is the most evil dude of all time, and you'll see why eventually. Check this out. Of course, the gunshot would have woken him anyway. Okay. And there we had our last discussion as mentor and pupil. It was not a long discussion, maybe 5 to 10 minutes or so. Okay. What did you talk about? Mr. Wright, did I not just tell you? It does not concern this case. Ooh, I bet it does though, Zach. I highly doubt that it does not concern this case. It doesn't not concern, I bet it concerns the case. Zach Gramarye. He seems pretty steadfast to me, or maybe just stubborn. Yeah, no, it's the second thing. Mr. Wright, your presence is requested in the courtroom. Once again, I am in your hands. Okay, let's get back in there, I guess. Here we go. April 19th, 11:37 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 7. Count is back in session. During our recess, a bullet was found in and dug out from the clown's head. Well, this is news in the rifling marks. There wasn't time to do a detailed analysis. Perhaps we could delay the case just ever so slightly so we could figure that out, maybe? It sure would help the case. It sure would help prove the facts of the matter, but I guess we gotta keep this shit rolling. Though they did find the weapon type matches the murder weapon. Well, that's not very conclusive, is it? Which is why I'm about to call my very decisive witness. Your decisive witness? How many times have I heard those words, you know? Though they often turn out to be far less decisive than you think. Oh, don't worry on my account. I'm quite confident this witness will do the job. After all, he is intimately acquainted with the players in our little production. Being the other half of Troop Gramarye's famous duo, Zach and Valent. Valent Gramarye? So we get to meet the great Magnifi's other is that the girl one? I thought he said, oh my god. There he is. Perhaps we'll start by asking your name and occupation. Valent Gramarye, magician. And you're the decisive witness, are you? You can prove your fellow student your partner's guilt. Fate The grand illusion, filled with traps and tricks. I love how he spins the cane. That's kind of badass. Whoa, wait. The shooting took place in that hospital after 11 o'clock at night. If you're a witness, does that mean you were there that late? If one were to deduce this logically, the conclusion is... yes! Okay. I always get the characters, don't I? You sure do, Phoenix. You sure do. Trucy being one of them. I have an interesting fact for you. You see, several days before the crime, my witness received this. That looks very familiar. Wait a second. That's the same letter Zach Gramarye received. What is this, some type of forgery? Yes, or perhaps I should say, ta-da! Okay, maybe. Order, order, order! And what does it say? Surely not the same thing. Perhaps you should see for yourself. To my beloved student, Valent. Wait, this is different. Why, it's practically the same. The court accepts this into evidence. Magnifi's letter 2 added to the court record. This is most unusual. Exactly what was going on with you folks? What exactly was your troop Gramarye up to? By which you mean, I'm just having trouble envisioning a man who would ask his students to kill him. Both of them, no less. It's just my opinion, Air Judge. But from these letters, I'd say he was coercing them, not asking them. We walked the magician's path together, and in doing so, shared much of our lives. When people are so close, there is strain, a wrapping of relations, you might say. Yet, this has nothing to do with the case at hand. I bet it does. By which you mean you're not going to tell us. That's another drink. Phoenix is saying what we're all thinking. You see, this is why I love Mr. Phoenix, right? Because he's always saying what we're all thinking. You can cut the bullshit. What you meant to say was, I know what's going on, but I'm explicitly not going to say it. For the drama, for the impact of it eventually being revealed through other underhanded tactics and methods. No, I get it. No, I totally understand, Phoenix. We are the same. Phoenix is just like me. For real? For real, for real, for real. Okay. Can I read that again? This is the letter 1. No, I need letter 2. Where is that? That's over here. To my beloved student, Valent, to you I entrust the task of lowering my life's curtain. That's the same. Come on the 13th, 11:20 p.m. That's different from 11:05 p.m. I will ready a gun with which you will shoot one shot, square in the forehead. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Magnifi Gramarye. So the only difference is to my beloved student, Valent, and also the time, right? I think so, because that's not what it says on the other one. I have the hiccups and I apologize. To my beloved... Oh no, it does say to my beloved student. Yeah, never mind. I guess it is just the time, isn't it? Okay, I guess that's it. Which makes me wonder even more about this reason they couldn't refuse. Smack. Well, let's get with the testimony for starters. The defendant, Zach Gramarye, stands accused. Tell us why. Oh, I'll do more than that. For where he walks, the red roses rise, singing hymns to the miracle that is magic. Okay, though I hardly need to remind you that the evidence could just as clearly point to you as the suspect, the letter, the murder weapon, and now the 2 bullets found at the scene. In fact, the only difference seems to be the designated time. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I knew that. I'm like the judge for real, for real, for real, for real, for real. As every magician knows, timing is everything. Yes. Yes, and now it's time to get this party fired up. Time. The night of the crime. That night, I visited the hospital at the time Magnifi required. The smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor had taken his final bow. I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions, yet a deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss, I gave it to the clown. Then I informed the doctor and the police. Okay. So you fired a gun in a hospital and then you called the cops on yourself and said, but like, obviously that wasn't added to the police report because nobody even fucking caught the fucking bullet hole in the fucking forehead of the fucking clown. I don't know what's happening anymore. So you were the one who reported the crime? Indeed, I would think. I don't think. This fact alone would clear my name of any suspicion. Let's not jump to any suspicions. Yes, the cross-examination generally comes before the conclusions in this court. But if your testimony proves to be true, then the defendant, Zach Gramarye, is guilty. And if it wasn't Zach Gramarye, then the killer was you, Valent. And no disappearing act will get you out of that. You son of a bitch. The night of the crime. We have to learn about the night of the crime. There it is. So that's 2 drinks. That's the first suspicious of the night and or suspicion. So cheers for that one. You love to see it. Cheers to drink number 1 for the sus. It was literally a self-report. He self-reported. He totally did it. But I also know that Mr. Magnify himself was super duper evil. Like, he did some weird shit, and he had that shit forged for him by that girl Vera. But I don't understand. I don't get why. I don't know why. It's impossible to say why. Let me take this other drink real quick, and then we'll continue and figure it out together. What a weird case this is. I think so far, this is one of the better cases in the entire franchise that I have played up until this point. I think it is pretty fun and pretty engaging. It is infuriating that so many parties are not telling me information that is vital to the case that would just end it immediately. But what can you do? Well, I mean, yeah, the more I think about that, the more it pisses me off. So maybe it's not like the best case of the franchise. Maybe I'm being a little bit of, I'm embellishing a little bit. It sucks in a lot of ways, but also it's fun. I like it enough. Hi, Ree. Elden Ring fucking owns. It's a great game. Yeah, I like it too. Before this stream, I just killed Godric with my incantation faith build by casting down evil black fireballs upon him, doing like 1/5 of his health at a time. I think I might be a little bit too strong. I still need Lightning Spear, because that's like the fucker spell. If you want to fuck something up, that's the spell that you cast over and over again. I know that much, but it's fun. I do like it. Being like a melee character in that game seems like it kind of sucks, and I don't ever want to. I've cheesed so many enemies by just being a ranged caster. That's my one issue with the game. Like, I don't want to go in there. They're all spasming around like they're fucking Bloodborne enemies. Like, if I go in, it's gonna take way longer. I have a way higher chance of getting hit, and so why would I even bother? I'm just gonna stay back and do my damage, and they don't have any chance of hitting me at all. That's my biggest concern with that game. Anyway, let's press this. What are we talking about? Which, according to the letter, was 11:20 p.m., yes? Indeed! In Magic, timing is everything. Right. Consider the illusion of teleportation. Oh, I've considered that in 4-3. I did it. I had. She teleported from one stage to the other stage. How'd she do it? Fans chat. Is this a new one? Fans chat. To you, I entrust the task of lining our streamers' pockets. Come to twitch.tv/WeegeeTheGod every evening at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, or 20 minutes, give or take. I will ready a prime with which you will sub. 1 sub square on this channel. You cannot refuse. And we both know the reason why, Adriana. That's a great one. That's probably one of the best ones I've seen in a minute. Consider the illusion of teleportation, though. If I were to appear on stage before my stunt doubles, singular, stunt double has left, How would that look? Why, it would reveal the very secrets of my magic! Now that you've revealed the very secrets of your magic for all of us, let's move on. You went at the designated time, and what did you see? What happened? The smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor had taken his final bow. Thank you, Paris 750000 for the prime. Thank you, thank you. So, you weren't worried for your own safety at all? I mean, you smelled gunpowder, yeah? What if the shooter was still nearby? He hated that question. I did not consider this, to be honest. It is forbidden for a magician to have a good imagination. Really? Isn't magic all about illusions and imagination? How about this? You were the shooter, right? Which is why you weren't afraid. Now you are the one imagining. It is forbidden for a lawyer to have such a good imagination. The witness will refrain. Oh no, I see it. The witness will refrain from pausing so suspiciously before responding. My forbidden imagination is starting to imagine things. His forbidden imagination? What is that supposed to mean? What is the judge's forbidden imagination? Like trying to fuck a 15-year-old girl when she enters the court name of Regina Berry? I'm not sure if I appreciate that one, Mr. Judge. It's not like that's ever been confirmed in the court of law. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I didn't write it. You can't get mad at me. Anyway, cheers. There's a lot of layers to this guy. I think the judge is kind of like an onion. I think he's kind of a weirdo freakazoid. I mean, that's been proven time and time again. We were talking about like how to dispose of bodies. We're talking about being attracted to these underage girls, which, to be fair, a lot of the characters in the game were doing at the time for Regina Berry. It was a weird thing. It was a weird thing for everyone to do, but the judge did join in on it, and that just makes him a little bit less credible. I want to go see the blonde judge. That's what I want to do. Like, the blonde judge, I liked him. Can I see him again? This dude has proven time and time again that he is not fit for the position of standing up here at the head of this court, providing justice to all of us, because I'm not sure we're doing it. He did do that? That's what I'm saying. Don't get mad at me for bringing it up. Be mad at the writers for writing it. What do you want me to do? Ignore it? Pretend it didn't happen? How can I? It happened. I'm just reciting what I saw and experienced and did. Anyhoot, let's not worry about his forbidden imagination. I just don't want to think about that one at all. I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions, right? Which brings us back to this reason neither of you could refuse. So it does, and my partner, he did not refuse. But Magnifi wrote the same thing to you. Why could you refuse if Zach couldn't? Because I have a will of steel, of course. I also do this trick where I bend steel bars, so perhaps steel isn't also strong. So, which is it? What? How? I have a will of steel, but also I bend steel, so steel isn't strong. Meaning that my will isn't strong. Why am I arguing against myself right now? I don't know. And Phoenix is over here like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Mind if I continue? No, please, by all means. Yet a deal with the a deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss, I gave it to the clown. Why'd you give it to the clown? There were 2 bullet holes at the scene, one in the victim and one in the clown. What's important to note is that the bullet hole found in the clown was found in the clown. It did not penetrate the backside of the clown's face, so that is important to keep in mind. You're saying the one who shot the clown was you? No doubt my partner Zach has said much the same thing. Yeah, because whoever didn't shoot the clown committed murder. I'd better dig around here a bit more and see what I turn up. Mr. Valent, let me ask about something else concerning the crime scene. Namely, the bullet in the pistol. The bullet in the pistol? Wait, was there a bullet in the pistol? Well, I mean, I know there were 2 pistols in play, but there wasn't one. I mean, there were 2 bullet holes. One of them was used to kill the guy, the other one was used to shoot the clown. What? There was no bullet in those the location of the pistol? I mean, that's important. The number of pistols. It would be 2. Are any of these things important? No, wait a second. We know for a fact that one of the bullets in the pistol was bigger than the other bullet in the pistol because that's one of the few things that my client felt like describing to me, which could help us. In order to shoot a pistol, you need a bullet. Where was the bullet? I entered the room and took the pistol in my hand. The bullet was already loaded, ready to fire at any time. This isn't exactly what I was expecting to get out of this question, but sure. A magician is always prepared, you see. Prepared for murder? One never knows when a miracle will be called for. A magician always has 7 doves in his pocket and a white rabbit up each sleeve. That sounds like animal abuse. I don't think you should do that. Clearly, we're dealing with professionals here. Is this bullet that was loaded in the pistol really so important? I mean, it is. We're talking about the bullet in the... Yes, it is. Without a loaded bullet, we wouldn't have a murder. It's very important, Your Honor. Very well. Please add this detail to your testimony. What can I do but obey? Okay. But what size was... Because we know... We were just talking about this. This has to be right. The pistol was already loaded. I merely had to pull the trigger. Wait, I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Did we press this one? Am I crazy? If the pistol was already loaded, something doesn't make sense. Why weren't the victim's fingerprints on it, Gloves? You should know that, the troop gramarye, Gloves. One of these being the levitation of iron balls without touching... Sorry, excuse me? We are going on record by claiming that there are levitation acts going on right now of iron balls without any touching. There's no magic involved here. The shooter was just methodical is all. He simply wiped everything off of fingerprints. Can't really do much with fingerprints that weren't there. That's for sure. Imstanema, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Thank you. Awuga Young Clavier. Okay, calm down. Calm down. Maybe I should ask about something else? The location of the pistol, the number of pistols, no need. Ah, jeez. I mean, there were 2 of them, right? How many pistols were there when you entered the room? By which you mean what precisely? 2 pistols were used in the Zack and Valent quick draw shoot 'em, correct? 1 for each of you? I'm so surprised I didn't lose health, because I think I was wrong. You are well informed, yet only one of my old friends sat in the hospital room that night. What did Zack tell me back in the lobby? Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time and found there upon his bedside 2 pistols. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket. So there should be 1. I see no problem with that statement. Only 1 pistol is visible in the photograph of the crime scene, after all. So you picked up that pistol and fired it? Indeed I did! Alakazam! Alakazing! Alakaboom! Is the number of pistols really so important? I don't know, maybe. I mean, it is. The number of pistols is quite important, Your Honor. Okay, very well. Please add this detail to your testimony. What can I do but obey? Only 1 pistol was in the hospital room that night. With it, I shot the clown. But then what? Press that one, yeah. So you took the only pistol there and fired it? That's correct! And that pistol was this one, which was left at the crime scene, correct? Good show! I see! You, too, are a magician of sorts! And you're an idiot of sorts. Boom! We are slam dunking on this idiot right now? This idiot of sorts? That's gonna be a drink for a Sassy Phoenix. That is a Sassy Phoenix moment right there. You're so sassy, Phoenix. That's what I love about you, Phoenix. Ace Attorney, more like Sass Attorney. do you have any idea what you just said? I see the fire in your eyes as you glare at the witness, so how about heating up this trial a bit? These slow ballads bore me. I've got a hunch, but maybe that's all it is. Maybe I should ask about something else? What is the one thing I didn't? The location of the pistols is the only other thing I haven't asked about. Where exactly was the pistol when you entered the room? Atop a small bedside table it was. As if to say, here I am, take me into your hand, pull my trigger, shoot him. Isn't firing a loaded gun in a hospital at anything still considered a little bit of a crime? That's all I'm saying. I feel like that's still pretty illegal. I don't think you can do that. I feel like if I were to do that, regardless of what letters were or were not written to me, my ass would be in prison, personally. The victim clearly wanted to be shot, but why? Probably because he was dying and, like, on chemotherapy and sad and like, I mean, come on. Perhaps he wanted to go out with a bang. So that's a drink. Cheers for that one. Clavier really said to himself, this is an appropriate thing for me to say right now. Perhaps he wanted to go out with a bang. Perhaps he wanted to go out with a bang. Maybe, just maybe. Yet we will never hear the truth from his lips, so all we can do is guess, because he is dead. Is the location of the pistol all that important? Maybe. Without a murder weapon, there would be no murder. It's very important, Your Honor. Very well. Please add the detail to your testimony. What can I do but obey? So I took up the pistol from the small table and shot the clown. Well, that doesn't really help me. Where's that one that I was just talking about? Why did you do that? I would think calling the police would come first. Probably. Then you know nothing of the relationship between a master and his disciple. I'm sorry, but is this still not illegal? I don't think that's gonna hold up in a court of law. Oh, wait a second. Let me look around. Look to my left, look to my right. Oh, it is holding up in a court of law. No, you're totally justified in doing this. If your master says die, you die. Do you understand? No, I got this whole self-preservation thing going on. I cannot relate. So you're going to die? Certainly not. It was but an example. In any case, I wanted to fulfill my obligation, a final courtesy to a great mentor, perhaps, or perhaps not. Perhaps I'm totally confused. Maybe I should ask about something else? This is so silly. It was not the bullet in that was the first one, this was the second one. I feel like this is the one that I should be talking about right now. By which you mean what precisely? 2 pistols were used in the Zack and Valent quick draw shoot'em, yeah? Yeah, one for each of yous. You are well informed, yet only one of my old friends sat in the hospital room that night. What did Zack tell me back in that lobby? Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time. I took the pistol. I took the pistol is what he's saying. I see no problem with that statement. Only one pistol is visible in the photograph of the crime scene, after all. Right, So you picked up that pistol and fired it. Wait a second. Give me the Alaka-boom. Alaka, shut the fuck up. Fires 1 real bullet. Rifling marks match bullet found and victim. No fingerprints found. What's that other thing I examined? The engravings? If you look closely, you can see the pistol's made to bend here. It is a one-shot only model. So if it was there... So, this is the famous Grammary Golden Gun. They say kids used to love pretending they had one of these. I wonder if they pretended to miss their targets too. Sass. A little bit of sass. I think the number of pistols is important, and then we should talk about that a little bit more. Very well. Please add the details to your testimony. I want to examine one more time. Only one pistol was in the hospital room that night when I changed my mind. Can we go ahead and like look at all these other things? Then I informed the doctor and the police. What do you mean by that? So you informed the police. What did you do then? What do you suppose I did? I used my magic to levitate my mentor's corpse, perhaps? I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Now please answer the question and skip the sarcasm. After I made my report, I called the doctor and we returned to the room. While we waited for the police to arrive, we discussed stomach medicine. We've confirmed this with the doctor. It all checks out. We praise Mr. Valent's knowledge of stomach medicine. In fact, stomach medicine. Why is he so knowledgeable about stomach medicine? What a weird thing to be knowledgeable about. What's going on? Ah, it is an honor I do not deserve, but I accept. Both of Magnify's students received the same letter. Both admit to having gone to the hospital that night. 2 bullets were fired, and one of them killed Magnify. Time to find the cracks in his testimony. Oh, I'm finding the cracks all right. The smell of gunpowder. I did not imagine my fellow students have received the same instructions. Only one pistol was in the hospital room that night. With it, I shot the clown. Hey, can I look at this one? Fires 1 real bullet. Rifling marks match bullet found and victim no fingerprints found. Is this not the right thing to do? Because like, then how the fuck do you... I have full health. Just do it. Just go for it. Why not? According to the defendant, Zach Gramarye, when he entered the room, there were 2 pistols on that table. 2? One of those pistols he used to shoot the clown in the forehead. Then he left with it in his pocket. That is true. Of course, this is what he would say. Unlike the hapless clown, we must assume our defendant has some brains in his head. Well, also unlike Magnify after the fact. Well, what about what Mr. Valent was told us? You see, there's something about his testimony that doesn't make sense. What might that be? I told you I took the pistol that was there and shot the clown! No. That's your story, at least. Gah. But the rifling marks tell a very different story, Mr. Valent. Recall what Prosecutor Gavin told us. We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with the bullet fired from this gun. The rifling marks on the bullets were a perfect match. Mr. Valent, if you fired this pistol, then you shot the victim in the forehead. How are you going to explain that one? Huh? Order! Well, this is all rather sudden. What have I done? Prosecutor Gavin? I owe the court an apology. Sorry for what? Our daddies taught us not to be... You see, I was unaware that 2 of these unique pistols were crafted. The analysis of the rifling marks only proved the type of gun that fired them. No, different sizes, different bullet holes. But that's not what you told us before. You said you'd verify the murder weapon. Which is why I'm apologizing to you now, quite sincerely, I might add. Very sincerely. Would you hold me accountable for a mistake made in my youth? It was 5 seconds ago! That was this morning! I am still young. I'll drink for that one. That is a quite funny line of dialogue in this game. That's a good one. I really appreciate this one right here. That's some quality stuff in Ace Attorney. It's not my fault. I'm still a little boy. Don't get mad at me. Your Honor, I'm just a little guy. How are you gonna get mad at me for being wrong when I'm still just a little guy, Your Honor? You can't. There's no reason to do such a thing. I am still young, and I might add, it wasn't really my fault. If the defendant had only admitted he took 1 pistol from the scene of the crime. Ooh! I hate to agree with Mr. Clavier over here, but yeah, if the defendant had only admitted he took 1 pistol from the scene of the crime, you don't say! That would have cleared up a whole bunch of this conversation immediately. We wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. Holy shit. Cheers for that one as well. I don't know how long I can do this, man. I like this case well enough, but also at the same time, holy shit. I am being uber tilted right now. We would not be having this pleasant discussion now. That's what I said. That's what I'm saying. I'm like Clavier for real, for real, for real. For real, for real, for real. Huh? Valent Query. Yes, Your Honor. You were presented to this court as a decisive witness, but you've proven to be more divisive than decisive. Sorry. Good one, Your Honor. We like that. We like that. Objection. Stop slamming. You'll see in time. What? The testimony so far has merely been a review of the facts. The proof comes next. Care to elaborate, Prosecutor Gavin? When Mr. Valent entered the hospital room, the victim had already been shot. As his next testimony will prove, right, the real fight is about to begin. Bring it. Very well, the witness will now testify to the court. Help us determine who shot what. Please do. Who shot what? Who the fuck did it? I have no idea. I arrived in the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation, then called in the doctor. The doctor examined the body before the police entered. He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m. 11:10 p.m. Hang on, that's important actually. That's like in the middle of 11:05 and 11:20, kinda. And the one in the room at that time was my partner, not me. Oh, okay, that's it. Those times are rather close, you have to admit. You're talking about an alibi established over a matter of minutes. To use a 10-minute discrepancy as the basis of your alibi is easy to explain in this situation, Judge. For example, take our debut hit single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love. Cue to the song, press the play button, and it will play for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Do it 100 times, and the result is the same. Their debut single was only 2 minutes, 15 seconds long? What a ripoff. And your music sucks too. Retire. Magic is a world of utmost precision. Hocus pocus requires admirable focus. I like that. Hocus pocus requires admirable focus. That's a good one. I do appreciate. And in the time of death determined by the doctor, there is an incontrovertible truth. Very well. The prosecution warns us that we're dealing with rather precise time, and we can expect the cross-examination to require the same level of precision. I would hope the defense refrains from its customarily broad, sweeping accusations, lest we blur the focus this case so clearly demands. Point taken. Baseless remarks will result in a penalty. Carry on, Mr. Wright. Carry on. Right. I will. Who shot what? We gotta go take a quick bathroom break. I can't believe I've almost made it 2 hours without a bathroom break at the rate that I've been drinking this stream. Because holy moly, what a stream this one's been. What an interesting case this has been. I know that this case has been kind of bullshit, but also it's been one of the more entertaining ones. So like, I'm pretty happy about how things are going right now. I like it a lot. I'll be right back in just a moment. See you all as soon as I am done doing the bathroom and the hand washing. Goodbye. Hi guys, it's me again, twitch.tv/WeegeeTheGod, playing more video games for you. Cade's bathroom time, also known as the Big Piss Day, or No Bladder Streamer Day. What are you talking about? It's a Japanese national holiday. I don't think they celebrate that over there. Celebrated several times every day Cade streams. The purpose of this holiday, man, you gotta calm down. You all have to, which is better? Hand washing description, Cade's bathroom time day. I'm not so sure. I have no idea which one's better. This is a challenge for chat. Sorry, allow me to read hand washing day. Hand washing or hand washing, also known as hand hygiene, is the act of cleaning one's hands with soap and water to remove viruses/bacteria /microorganisms, dirt, grease, or other harmful and unwanted substances stuck to the hands. Drying of the washed hands is part of the process, as wet and moist hands are more easily recontaminated. I would guess that makes sense. I didn't know that though. Hand hygiene is central to preventing the spread of infectious diseases in home and everyday life settings. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine if we lived in a society where everyone was understanding of that and we washed our fucking hands. Come on, man. Check my new microwaved pasta. Come on, dude. Perjury is the intentional act of swearing, a false oath or falsifying an affirmation to tell the truth, whether spoken or in writing, concerning materials to an official proceeding. Like most other crimes in the common law system, to be convicted of perjury, one must have had the intention, mens rea, what? I don't know what that means, to commit the act and to have actually committed the act, actus reus. I don't know. What does that have to do with anything? Is that microwave pasta? That's not even pasta. I'm not even sure what that's supposed to be, but it's a something. I arrived... What are we talking about right now, dude? I don't even know. It's been so long since I've seen the courtroom. I arrived in the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m. Okay. 11:20 p.m. Can you prove that's when you arrived? Alas, such a feat may be beyond even the great Valent, for there was no one in that room but Magnifi, and he was departed after a fashion. I have here defendant Zach Gramarie's sworn deposition even. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time. It was 10 minutes before I left the room, and the victim was still alive. The time indicated by this letter to Zach was 11:05. Exactly. Which means the witness could not have entered that room before 11:15, because his partner was still in the middle of his crime. I see someone did their arithmetic homework. You see, the defendant himself has corroborated the witness's testimony. Does that all make sense? Oh God, does it? There seems to be a contradiction. There's not a problem. Can we just get through all of the analysis first, all of the presses, and then we can try to make a case? I don't see any problem with that testimony. If you say so, let's continue. Sometimes the most magical thing of all is the truth. Imagine that. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation and then called the doctor. Okay. You walk in on a murder and the first thing you do is shoot the clown? I mean, that's the most unbelievable shit of all. That's a weird thing to do. The disciple does what the disciple must. My mentor... I got the hiccups again, I'm sorry. My mentor's request, without reason, had caused for me a lot of sorrow. For what would I, Valent, be now without him? May the soul of Magnifi the Great find greater peace above. This I muttered to myself as I pulled that lonely trigger. In any case, I believe this is nothing more than what we have already learned. I'm still waiting for one of those right moments, Heir Attorney. May I remind you that baseless remarks will earn penalties? Proceed with that in mind. Yes, Your Honor. What a pain in the ass this is turning out to be. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. What did they find? What do you think? Did the doctor say anything concerning the cause of death? Probably. You would hope so. Why, yes, I believe he screamed, "My God, he's been shot in the head!" It doesn't take a doctor to notice that. I believe I would have said as much during the... I would have done it. And I would have pinned the requiem that arose in my soul at that horrid sight. Whatever happened to good old-fashioned investigation, huh? In any case, I believe this is nothing more than what we have already learned. I'm still waiting for one of those right moments, Heir Attorney. May I remind you that baseless remarks will earn penalties and proceed with... Yes, Your Honor. What a pain in the ass this is turning out to be. He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m. Well, that's not what the autopsy report says, but okay, if you say so. I don't think I'm stepping out on a limb to say I have some doubts about this. How could the doctor be so precise with the time? We do usually get an estimated time of death, true. I'm not sure I've heard of a verified time of death. Magic revels in making the complex appear simple, but reality is the opposite. What appears complex in this case is a simple matter of subtraction. What? I see another person has done their arithmetic homework. The point here is the IV the victim was taking. It's quite visible in the photograph. Yes. It wasn't in. Recall what we heard earlier about the victim, Magnifi Gramarye's schedule. Every night at 11, Magnifi took an IV drip for 30 minutes. I can see the IV bag right there, yes. Now, look a little closer. Follow the tube down from the bag to the end. I am. Huh? Ah, the needle's been removed. Really? We're just now noticing? Doubtlessly, it fell out when he was shot. How the hell does it fall out when he's shot? And be placed gently by his bedside, needle tip away from the arm where it would be inserted into. Man, what the hell are you talking about? That would seem to be the case. When the needle comes out, the IV no longer drips. Ah, you could just measure the remaining IV liquid. Precisely. The IV liquid functions, for our purposes, as an hourglass of sorts. This is how the doctor determined the time of death. From the amount remaining in the bag, it was determined that the IV had stopped 10 minutes after administration began. IV report added to the court record. That does seem important. And so it was when I, Valent, entered that room. 10 minutes had passed since the horrible crime was committed. And this is proof. Well, Mr. Wright. Did that seem important? Very important, not important? So he's saying that he entered 10 minutes after the crime had actually occurred. The official autopsy report shows at 11 to 11:30. Show me whatever this one is. IV report, type report submitted as evidence by Prosecutor Gavin. IV stopped 10 minutes after administration began. Touch the check button, yeah. IV report, 30 minutes required to administer full IV. From the amount remaining, IV stopped 10 minutes after the administration began. Okay. Autopsy, so 10 minutes had passed. But if he entered, well, hang on just a minute. Enter at 11:05. So he died at 11:15 in this case. That's the wrong document also. Sorry. 10:05 or 11:05. So boom. 10 minutes, but then when did you say that you arrived, Mr. Man? In this document right here? 11:20. So you entered exactly 11 minutes or 10 minutes after? Letter telling Valent to come at 11:20. Touch the check button for details. It seems important enough to me. Well, seeing how it is the biggest clue we have to the time of death, I'd say it's very important. Agreed. It would be hard to imagine a more precise way to determine the time. Behold the power of arithmetic. Every time he says arithmetic from now on, that's a drink right there. Very well. The witness will add this detail to his testimony. Sometimes the most magical thing of all, spinning, is the truth. That's the second time he said that. I remember when he did that. The water of life springs not eternal. The remaining IV liquid proves my innocence. What the fuck? That's a weird thing to say. What are you talking about? Did you notice the IV yourself by any chance? When first I entered that room, the stench of gunpowder assailed me. Next, the mark of death upon my mentor's forehead. And then his left arm did, I spy, arose drooping and wilted. Its thorn, the discarded IV needle. What a weird thing to say. Knocked from the vein by the force of the shot, luckily for you. How does that make sense? How do you... So an IV is in me. Someone has stuck a needle into my arm, right? And then I get shot in the head. And then, funnily enough, it ends up here. I'm not sure if there's any gun in the world powerful enough to make that transaction happen. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's possible. Chat, one time Caden and I got vitamin C and glutathione IV drip at a medical establishment together. The friends that drip together stay together. This did actually happen. This is a real, I'm not even joking. This is a true occurrence that did happen in Los Angeles. It was the most Los Angeles experience of my entire life, and experiment for that matter. We went in, we got dripped up, they stuck needles in our arm, and I gotta say, I finished my IV before Adriana, even though she got it before I did, because I got the big thick veins, so I got the drip really fast. And they said, you got big, thick veins. You're just gonna absorb all of this at the same time. And I said, yeah, I know. Oh, trust me, I know. I'm awesome. I'm really fucking good at getting drips right now. It was a great time. Adriana does have the baby veins. It's understandable. We all can't have the big, strong veins like I do. We get it. We get it. Knocked from the vein by the force of the shot, luckily for you. If that IV had not been there, why, you might be a suspect. She's totally not. Indubitably. I might say it's thanks to my lucky color. Your lucky color? What? Indeed, even today I wear it proudly upon my suspect self. For it always, without fail, brings me luck. Why, when Zack and Valent won their first Magician's Grand Prix, yes, the very one held by the Association of International Magicians, it was adorned in this attire then too, and our trophy, a bust. Hey, oh, what a day that was. Groan, this is one trip down memory lane no one needs. My lucky color, yes indeed, and that IV too. I say, I think 'twas hued especially for me, Valent. That does seem to be the case indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, any thoughts on this testimony? Valent sure looks happy with himself. What the fuck is he talking about? My lucky color? Okay, how about this lucky color testimony? There's a contradiction, not a problem. Sorry. This is Zach's young partner and understudy. The two of them on stage was a sight to see. It was quite incredible. So he's a yellow man. We're all in agreement that he is a yellow man, right? But I specifically remember remarking about the ecto cooler when searching from top left to bottom right. Clown, dead guy, ecto cooler. That ain't even, that's a green. Am I crazy? Is that yellow? What if your green is my yellow and my yellow is your green? That's yellow. But what the hell are we talking about? It seems weird. Lucky color testimony. That's weird. It certainly sounds like your lucky colors brought you plenty of luck. But not this time, Mr. Valent. Your lucky colors betrayed you. I'm afraid you've lost me. Your Honor, The witness's testimony just now clearly contradicts the evidence. What? Please recall my warning at the beginning. Did I lose? Oh no. At the beginning of this cross-examination, Mr. Wright, baseless accusations will be duly penalized. I do hope this latest accusation is well-based. Don't you worry, Your Honor, it is very based. Very well, let's hear the defense's claims. Where is your evidence that contradicts with what Mr. Valent has told us? Oh god, I hope his lucky color isn't green all along and I'm just getting trolled. The crime scene tells all, Your Honor. The photo of the crime scene? All this talk of color has me yearning for black and white, clear-cut simplicity. Tell us, Air Wright, just where is the contradiction in this photo? My pleasure, and I assure you it's quite simple. But I can't promise anything in black and white. Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. It's this song. What in this photo contradicts the... It's... Lucky color, my butthole. What are you talking about? That's ecto cooler straight up. Valent Grammary, let's get one thing straight about your lucky color. I would have loved to have deciphered the lucky color a little bit more because, like, who's to say it's not green? We don't know. We are not sure that it's not green. If my lucky color is red and then I wear blue, does that mean that, like, I'm telling a lie? Not necessarily. Oh, God. Have I just done the wrong thing entirely? I certainly hope not. It's yellow, yes? I feel like this is something we should have established before this gambit, but... kind of takes the mystery out of it, but yes. Now we know. Now we're good. That's all I needed to hear. If we could have just established this beforehand, it's all on Easy Street. Something wrong with yellow, Mr. Wright? Yes, there is. Decisively wrong, in fact. Take another look at the photo of the crime scene. It was a red envelope, not a yellow one, Your Honor. What am I talking about? What's this? Confusion, doubt, tell us. What do your elderly eyes spy? Even my elderly eyes can see a problem here, Mr. Valent. Look at that IV bag. Ach, what is this? What? Foul magic? It would be hard to call the IV liquid yellow, and I'm afraid no magic was involved in the taking of this photograph. Alakazoo! It's the bunnies and the pigeons. He was telling the truth. He did have those. Order, order! I know there's wild animals going crazy in the courtroom right now, but ignore those. What does this mean? This is some kind of mistake. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin. Your witness's mistake. Your shit. The greener they are, the harder they fall. Ba-boom! We did it again. That's that classic Phoenix Wright wit that I will drink for. I haven't even had that much right now. Cheers! We're doing great. I feel like we're killing it. The greener they are, the harder they fall. I suppose there's no substitute for experience. Valent Grammary, as you remind us several times, your lucky color is yellow. Sorry, several times? I did get the confirmation one time, but I'm not sure about several times. Your lucky color is yellow, but the IV, it's ecto cooler. Well, this contradiction can mean only one thing. Slam. And to think, you almost had me. What? I see your true colors now, and it's not yellow or green, Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. Something you'd like to tell us, Prosecutor Gavin? As far as this court can tell, the witness's testimony does contradict the evidence. Yes, a contradiction. One that I shall be pleased to hand right back to Mr. Wright. How do you mean? How? Because the witness has made no mistake. I agree, at a glance, the IV liquid does appear to be a sort of greenish yellow, but I assure you, the liquid itself is quite yellow. Sorry, what? Excuse... It's yellow? That's news to me. Are you entirely sure? Yellow liquid? How can you say that? As far as I can tell from this photo, it's green. Yes, but what color is the IV bag itself? The bag? You mean the plastic bag on the hook? It looks like I want to say light blue. That looks accurate to me. Precisely, figured it out yet. Put a yellow liquid in a blue bag and... you get green? Well, that's assuming that it would even work in that way. We don't know what the bag is made out of. Who cares what color the bag is? What's important is, does it mix together with whatever's inside of it? Which would be weird, by the way. Aren't they typically clear? Why the hell would you make a blue bag? Is this some sort of, like, cost-cutting measure? I thought they were typically see-through. That is, no color. This, incidentally, not the incident, but this, incidentally, is the liquid's true color. Oh my god, it is piss. I see! Your explanation does have the ring of truth to it. But then how did he see it? What? As I thought, there's no substitute for experience, Prosecutor Gavin. What? You may tell a good tale, but you've just proven something rather grave. For you, that is. The liquid in the IV is yellow, yes. But how did this witness know that? That's what I'm saying. Like, if it was... I mean, what did you see? That's what matters at the end of the day. Who cares? It's quite unnatural when you think about it. You did think about it, didn't you? Your Honor, the defense requests an explanation from the witness. At the scene of the crime, the IV liquid appears to be green. So let me ask, how did the witness know the IV liquid was actually yellow? Alakazoomed! Oh my god, we got the music. He's got so many bunny rabbits and doves in his pockets. Order, order, order! Mr. Wright, you will explain this at once. The witness clearly knew the color of the IV liquid, so I'm sure it means something, but what? I can think of only one possibility, Your Honor. The witness, Valent Grammary, has testified that the IV liquid was yellow because it looked yellow, he'd seen it before, he knew the IV liquid's color. Aren't these kind of just, I mean, it looked yellow, but no, it didn't. It looked like it was green. If he's saying that it was yellow, he said it's my lucky color, it's yellow. That means that he'd seen it before, or he knew it was yellow. But these are the... I'm sorry, are these not the same thing? He'd seen it, or he knew it was yellow. Which means that he saw it. Which means he's seen it before, which means he knew that the IVs... He knew it was yellow. He knew it. From the facts before us, the answer is clear. The witness knew that the IV liquid was yellow. Why? Because he'd seen it before. That's not what I said explicitly, but good enough. But not inside the blue bag we see in the photo. We saw the liquid by itself in a clear, colorless bag. I suppose he would have had to, but I'm still not clear as to what all this means. Ask yourself, why would he know if he didn't work at a hospital? That's where you'll find your meaning, Your Honor. Oh my god. I'm afraid I find nothing. So what if he knew the IV liquid's color? Leave the getting excited over absolutely nothing to our teeny bopper fans, Ja. No, I won't. The IV liquid is the only evidence proving the time of death. A 30-minute hourglass with 20 minutes worth of sand remaining. Your claim, Prosecutor Gavin. I remember it well. However, there's a critical difference between an hourglass and an IV bag. Whoa, wait, I know! An hourglass uses sand, but an IV bag uses liquid. I'm right, right? As much as it pains me to say this, Your Honor, no. Unlike the sands through an hourglass, IV liquid enters through the patient's body, at which point, like magic, it disappears. I don't think that's magic. I think there's a pretty clear-cut explanation as to why that happens. Anywho, however, what if the amount of IV liquid had increased? You couldn't tell, could you? After all, there's no way of knowing how much went in. Slam. Let me get this straight, Air Right. You're saying the witness watered down the victim's IV bag? No. Not with water, but with IV liquid. That's how you knew the IV liquid was yellow. Now wait, I said wait! How might an amateur such as myself essay to perform such a task? I'm an amateur too, but I can pour water into a cup. Got him, bitch. I'm afraid there's quite a big difference between a cup and an IV bag. Quite. Is there? Can you prove our witness is capable of such a feat? He has a point, amateurs. I, at least, would have some difficulty pouring IV liquid into that bag. You don't need to be an expert to see the look on the witness's face. If only it had the magical arm bracelet. He added liquid to that IV to throw off the time of death. I tire of these fairy tales lacking evidence. Well, Mr. Wright, any solid evidence to bring us back down to earth? Valent Grammary, I'm afraid your magic won't serve you well in a life of crime. Might I ask what you're strongly suggesting? Magic relies on props, and props become evidence. Our witness was certainly able to increase the amount of IV liquid in the bag. All he had to do was work a little magic, and the prop was, excuse me, all he had to do was work a little magic, and the prop was, I mean, we were talking about small syringe earlier, right? So what about small syringe used for administering insulin shots has been washed and shows no sign of use? Oh, well, that's suspicious. Well, then why is it washed? Oh, it's been no signs of use on this thing that he uses every single fucking day of his life because he has awful diabetes. No! That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to check the photo one more time, but I clicked on the wrong... Oh, no. I'm afraid Mr. Wright is attempting to water down this case. Boom! That's a sassy Judge Irk. Why add water when you could add a penalty? Why indeed? Fuck you, dude. I'm working... That didn't go so well. I wonder if there was something at the scene. Something he could have used... Okay, I'm just going for the syringe, obviously. Like, what else is it going to be? Obviously, this one. Do you like this? Are you happy? The victim's syringe? It's the perfect prop for the magically increasing IV trick. And easy enough for an amateur to use. Don't you think? I think so. What kind of evidence is that? The syringe was clean, not a trace of liquid in it. But then why was it so clean? And don't you find that odd, Prosecutor Gavin? What? The victim had the syringe to administer his insulin shots. There should have been traces of insulin left inside. That's what I'm saying. Dude, I am literally Phoenix Wright. This Apollo Justice fella, I can't necessarily relate with, but the Mr. Phoenix Wright fella, I feel like I'm the same dude. I feel like he's literally me. He's literally me. I've never related more to a fictional character than Mr. Phoenix Wright. Holy moly. Cheers, by the way. Clavier says, guh. Well, Valent Grammary, as you pointed out yourself, the IV liquid makes the perfect clock. One that you can manipulate at will. Alakazog! More monsters are flying out of his coat, as we all see. Order? Nope, sorry. I do believe, well, with this being his first, that the burden of this trial has been a bit too much to bear for Prosecutor Gavin. I'm afraid that, while there is doubt as to the amount of IV liquid in that bag, the time of death cannot be proven. And that brings our trial to a close for today. Wait, really? We're done? Right now? Well, maybe I can squeeze an extra day out of this. That is never a bad thing, though, so I'll take it. I can do a little much-needed investigation work. Yeah, no fucking kidding, Phoenix. Come on. I see there are no objections, Quarter Joe. Wait a second. Hang on. Gavin, what do you want? Truly, there's no substitute for experience. Nothing blinds one to the truth so effectively. What? A word to the wise. Underestimate the young, and they'll sweep your feet out from under you in a way you never ever expected. You see, I know exactly what you're thinking. What? What's he talking about? You say the witness used the syringe to manipulate the level of the IV liquid, but there's no proof. There's no proof he didn't do it either. How about we inspect the IV bag and we find out whether or not there was a puncture mark in it? Can we do that? Is that too much work? Clearly, yes. Dick has bigger fish to fry. Yes, quite true. What? He's admitting it? Nor was this witness quite as decisive as I'd hoped. This, I admit, after all, why linger in the past when the future holds so much? You have something in mind, Prosecutor Gavin. Proof, Herr Judge. I have another way to prove my case. With evidence, no less. Diary. What's this? This is the victim, Magnifi Gramarie's diary. Diary? After going into the hospital, Magnifi began writing his memoirs, it seems. The story of his birth, his startling debut, and of meeting his disciples. It seems he intended for the last chapter to end, quite appropriately, with his death. Wait a second, that book doesn't say what the reason was, does it? The reason why his disciples couldn't refuse his last request? Which is what multiple people could confirm to us and the court right now? Sadly, it does not know. What's important here is on the last page, apparently the victim wrote in his journal that night, even after the IV had begun at 11 p.m. Let's read it, shall we? Okay. The torn page. I remember the torn page. This does appear to have just been written before his death. No one's bringing up the torn page? The court accepts this into evidence. Magnifi's diary added to the court record. Okay. Read the very last part with particular care. I will, in a way that you're not ready for. I'll actually bring it up. No way! I can't even look at it, dude! I can't even inspect at that level. What's this on the edge? Dude, it's a thick boy right there. That's the insignia of the man himself. Examine. What do we got? Open sesame. This is the last page. The diary ends here. Huh? Huh? What's this? It looks like a page was ripped out? Yeah, no kidding. Of course. Well now, isn't that interesting? It seems interesting enough. Tonight's IV is in. So it was in. Maybe the last. I leave the rest to them. The first should come soon. This journal may end here, or it may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. All that is left is to mine. All that is left to mine is to lay down this pen. And then something else was written, and then it was ripped out. As we can all see. This journal may have ended here, or it may go on. It does not say. Of course, by his, he refers to our defendant, Zach Gramarye. That's the guy. That would make sense, yes. He was the first scheduled visitor, after all. But look at what he said before that. Can I? I'm looking at it right now. This journal may end here, or it may go on. It may go on. Magnifi Gramarye intended to write again. That is, if Zach Gramarye didn't pull the trigger. Or if somebody didn't pull the trigger, thank you very much. I see the defense understands the meaning of this. The victim's diary does not go on. It ends with a ripped page, yeah. Because Magnifi's life was brought to an end by the defendant, Zach Gramarye. Order! Prosecutor Gavin, are you certain that Magnifique Grammary wrote this? There is no mistaking his handwriting. Well, this does seem to be significant. According to this, Magnifique did intend to continue his diary, yet if his diary ended here, which plainly it did, then the one who pulled the trigger was the first visitor, Zach Grammary. Well, how do you like me now, Airwright? Still too green for your tastes, Ugh. He's owning me. He's right about the diary being pretty clear. Still, I find it hard to believe. On account of the ripped out page, it seems really weird that he'd overlook such an obvious problem with his precious evidence. Well, Mr. Wright, the witness's testimony we heard was lacking, but put together with this evidence, it seems quite sufficient for a case. If the diary is accepted like this, the trial's done. Maybe it's time for me to show something to them? Okay. I'm left with no choice but to show my own evidence. What? You have some evidence that overturns this diary? It's not too late to rethink this and avoid more embarrassment. Very well, please show us your evidence, Mr. Wright. Incidentally, don't even think of showing us this diary I've just shown the court. But it's worked so many times. Sometimes a thing gets brought up in court and then I show it immediately again and then I turn the entire tide of the battle, so thank you for disclaimering that. Do not show this diary, whatever you do. Huh? Or maybe is that a subtle nod to say do it? Do show the diary? No. Maybe. I don't know. Now that we've come this far, I hope you have something a little more, decisive. Show us evidence that proves the victim continued writing his diary. Okay, I'd be happy to. The decisive evidence proving that the diary didn't end with this page is... Oh, good lord. The diary itself... Let's go through the numbers. This is the thing. This is a thing. The Magnifique's autopsy, no. The notebook page. Wait, mysterious paper received just before the trial touched the... Am I stupid? How did I not immediately think about this? Trucy Enigmar gave it to me, after all. It seems fate's clock will make me wait a little longer because the assassination failed. At least only less than 10 swift minutes remain. To all those who have supported me in my life's work, I give thanks. Farewell. So this was the final page. This was the page that was torn out. As if the text didn't give it away enough, the way that it's torn actually does, which is a great attention to detail, by the way. The fact that it was torn, because like I remember it being like jagged at the side of the bottom right, and you can see that this would like match it. So that's like really, really cool that they did that. This is the one. This is it right here. First of all, take a close look at this diary, would you? Note that a page has clearly been ripped out. What's this? I hadn't noticed that at all. That's why we're still here talking about this, you fucking incompetent buffoon. As it just so happens, I have here what I believe to be the missing page. Alaka, I don't believe it. Looking at this page, it's hard to imagine that the first visitor that night shot Magnifique Grammary. That's the defense's position. Wait, let me see that. He looking? What in Sam Hill? Why, this is the continuation of the victim's diary. That's what he said. Achtung, we owned you. Now what, huh? Yeah, be amazed. Note the torn edge of the page. It's a perfect match with the torn remains of the last page of Magnifique's diary. That's what I was saying, dude. Yes. Fuck yes. The art actually does represent the text. I can't believe it. That's a first. I've never had that happen to me before. Quite remarkable. Would you care to explain what all this means, Air Attorney? The diary continued after the first his first visitor came, which means that the victim was still alive after Zach Gramarye left, leaving no one to take his life but the second visitor. Valent Gramarye! No! No! Bunnies and pigeons also. Doves. The handwriting, too, matches that on the other pages. This is, without a doubt, the genuine article. There it is. Smack, smack, smack. Order, order, order! But wait! That's impossible! That old man couldn't have written that! Objection, slam. What? I thought the game froze for a moment. Finally. You just couldn't resist, could you, Airwright? Resist what? Persisting solid evidence? Presenting solid evidence. I'm totally fine. Air Judge? Oh, yes, Prosecutor Gavin. Might I request we put the current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness. Oh boy, here we go. But Prosecutor Gavin, this evidence overturns the current witnesses. I ask only to put it on hold. Please, my new witness has a very, very important piece of testimony to give. 5 minutes, no more. I promise, Your Honor. Well, if you put it that way, Mr. Wright, what's your take on this? Well, Your Honor, judging from his enthusiasm, we'll have to hear this new testimony sooner or later anyway, so it might as well be sooner. Then, though this is highly, highly irregular, we will put the current cross-examination on hold. The witness may now step down. Now, Prosecutor Gavin, please bring this surprise witness to the courtroom. Okay. I had a bad feeling just then. God damn you, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. I love you, you son of a bitch, but how come you gotta make me drink so often? Every single time you open your big mouth. Cheers. It's not going to be Trucy or Maya or Pretzel. Guaranteed. That ripped out page was too obvious. He must have known. How did he known? Why is he known? And I should have known it was a bad sign all around. Who the... Oh my god, that's him! Wait, this is dude! I was right. Holding trial with no audience is a first, even for me, Prosecutor Gavin. I beg the court's understanding. But I had to make a judiciary deal with the witness to secure his testimony. He is covered. You gotta clean yourself up sometimes, man. A judiciary deal? Judiciary? Judiciary. Yeah. The details of his testimony may have some legal ramifications, shall we say. I thought it best to contain the information to this room. Doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of, I don't know, maybe. Very well. And you are the witness, I gather. Ah, yes, sir. State your name and occupation for the court, for the record. My name is Drew Mysham. I'm a painter. A painter? And you are somehow related to this case? No, well, not per se. I have one simple question for this witness. Mr. Mysham, was it? Do you know what this is? Oh, yeah, I know it well. How's that possible? Have you seen this diaries page somewhere before? Oh, yeah, I mean, I made it. What, you made it? What is that supposed to mean? What? Yes, you might call it one of my works. Oh, shit, that's not good. Well, it was one, so that is definitively the thing that daughter Vera Mysham encapsulated that one time. I know that. The regional prosecutor's office received a tip-off yesterday. Illegal evidence has been prepared for the trial of Zach Gramarye. Illegal evidence? I would never accept that into my courtroom. I initiated an investigation and found this witness. A painter to the world at large, Drew My Sham has another side, you might say. He is skilled in making perfect reproductions of certain things, which we know is not true. Forgeries, in other words. Forgeries? Well, so we ought to understand that this page here is a fake prepared by a certain defense attorney. Whoa! Where's your proof that it was prepared by a certain defense attorney? Objection. Yeah, I'd like to hold it. I didn't prepare this evidence. What are you talking about? Ah, the attorney speaks. Something about this page, I presume. But what is he saying? It makes no sense. After all, it was you who presented this evidence to us, Phoenix, right? Witness, Mr. My Sham, was it? Who requested this forgery? Who was your client? You have to... That... I don't know. What? Most of my clients prefer to remain anonymous, even to me. I make the items they want. I make the items they want. It's me, by the way. Me, I do that. And receive my payment. That's the extent of my contact with them. Are you fucking kidding me? But, there's no proof this is a fake. It's a fake. What? To avoid just this sort of problem, I always put a special mark on my works. I can say without a doubt, this is mine. Oh, shit. Says who? We don't believe him. Are you kidding me? No. Mr. Wright, you have just presented illegal evidence to this court. My court. To be fair, tons of other people have done it too, including myself, but tons of other people as well. So I don't see why we're getting so mad about. Dude, actually, you know what? I am level 4 mad. I'm level 4 mad right now. Imagine somebody presenting illegal evidence to the court. That is saying that we are lying about the evidence that we are presenting about the case that we're talking about right now. What an abortion of justice that would be, right? Like, what a horrible, horrific event that would cause in the entire legal system that we are all abiding by. Presenting illegal or infactual evidence, you can't do that. Personally, I don't think you can do that. Isn't that kind of wrong? I think so. But uh-oh, someone's getting a whole bunch of bullshit for that. Allow me to go ahead and take a drink right now. Or 2, or 3, or 5? Who even knows? Cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Yeah, are there some autopsy reports that we need to update right now? Like, what are we talking about? I just need confirmation on, like, where the baseline is. Where is the bar set? In hell? Because it seems like the bar is set in hell right now. I sure do hope I can overcome it eventually. Because God help me. Holy shit. It was careless of me. That's all I can say. Oh, old boy, I'm a baby. Here you go. What's this? I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. It was Edgeworth. I know Edgeworth is behind this one. I know it. They said it was really important. It was all a trap. A fatal trap. Mr. Wright? Yes? Oh, no. We just hit him with the yes period. We are totally fucked right now. Do you have an explanation for yourself? If I did, would the court hear it? Probably not. Let me think. No. Forging evidence is a serious crime. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm about to lose my mind right now. Forging evidence is a serious crime. Sorry, can we just go ahead and screenshot this bad boy right here? Judge says forging evidence is a serious crime. Yeah, no, you are correct. I agree. You shouldn't do that in a court of law. It's a very serious crime, I like to believe. And presenting it in court, a serious mistake. A fatal mistake for an attorney. You are shitting me. Fatal too, perhaps, for your client, I fear. What? Tell me, what kind of defendant relies on forged evidence? I'd like to introduce you to my friend named Miles Edger. Never mind. No, he didn't do that. He was fine. The answer is quite clear. A guilty one! No. Hang on. Your Honor, wait a second. I understand that presenting forged evidence in court is a serious crime. Oh my god. Oh no. I'm gonna take another drink right now. I understand that presenting forged evidence in court is a serious crime. Your Honor, I say this with 100% sincerity. I do understand that presenting forged evidence in court is a serious crime. This is coming from me, your guy, Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright. How many times have I been correct? Who knows? Holy, I gotta take a drink. I gotta do it. Cheers. But you cannot hold my client responsible for actions I undertook as an individual. I am sorry, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, another close call, I dare say. If the prosecutor's office hadn't received that hot tip, everything would have gone the way you wanted it to, Ja. I even gave you a chance. Too bad you decided not to think before embarrassing yourself. I see no need for further discussion on this matter. Special witness dismissed. No way this is happening, dude. Mr. Attorney? Yeah. Could I ask your name? It's Phoenix Wright. Mr. Wright, I have seen and studied many people, but none like you. I'll remember you, Mr. Wright. Oh, God. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Trucy, I'm sorry. I tried. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way, this trial is over. You have the right to find a new attorney and make an appeal. However, this court must... Your Honor, sorry. Yes, Mr. Zach. There is one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. What? It is impossible! What? Yeah, I can. I'm the judge, remember? What are you talking about? Except, tell me, how do you plan on announcing your verdict when your defendant does not exist? Sorry? What? What are you talking about? I am talking about this! Ninja Dust! See you later, bitch! Mr. Enigmar! What are you doing? The defendant escaped. Find him quick! Bailiff, close all exits from the building. What the fuck just happened? On the double! He must not be allowed to escape! What? That day in that courtroom, a miracle occurred. I'm not sure if that's what I would call it. The defendant, Shady Enigmar, aka Zach Gramarye, did not just escape from court. He literally, unbelievably, for 7 fucking years, entrusting his daughter unto me, vanished. Right before the bailiff's eyes. No one ever saw him again, not since that day. This is the Gramarye's miracle! What is happening? No verdict was declared. So he's an innocent man. After all, the defendant didn't exist. What? He literally hit us with the ninja dust. That's how it happened. The trial of magician Zach Gramarye vanished along with him for all eternity. Bye-bye. The mysteries that remained behind were all solved, however, but not until 7 years later. As it turns out, that's what's happening right now. To be continued! My God. Ugh. Save is complete. That's gonna be the end of the video stream right now. What a trial that was. Holy moly. Do we still have more? Is there still more trial to be had? I think that's gotta be the end of it. I have to stop. But man, consider me invested. It sure is dumb, but it's gripped me all the same. So that's gonna be it. Thank you all very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Goodbye and farewell, and thank you all for watching. I hope this was a sufficient Subpoena Sunday. If it wasn't, then I'm sorry, but if it was, then you're welcome. Goodbye.